Forged from the love of liberty in the fires of hope and prayer, with boundless faith in our destiny, we solemnly declare. Side by side we stand, islands of the blue Caribbean Sea, this our native land. We pledge our lives to thee. Here every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation. Here every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation.
Heavenly Father, we come before you at the start of this new day, giving thanks for life, for health, and the opportunity to serve through this station. We ask for your divine presence to guide us in all we do. Bless this broadcast, that it may be a source of inspiration, joy, and unity to all who tune in. Whether near or far, may our words uplift, our music heal, and our message bring light to those who need it most. We pray for our listeners wherever they may be. Grant them strength for the day ahead, peace in their hearts, and success in all they put their hands to. Cover those traveling with your protection and those at home with your comfort and provision. Lord, may everything we do bring honor to you and be a blessing to others. Guide our steps, bless our efforts, and let this station be a vessel of positivity and hope. In your name we pray. Amen.
Your voice, your soundtrack, your station. New Era TT Radio. Net Radio.
When you get a nice to loving data, you must give her respect and honor. Treat her like a queen, never abuse her. Like a flower, you must cherish her. Because woman is God's gift to man. Woman is man's companion. Woman need love and affection. Respect woman. Respect woman better. Respect woman. Respect woman higher. Your mother is a woman. Your sister is a woman. Your nanny is a woman. Your kaki is a woman. Respect woman. Respect woman better. Izakaro oraki. Izakaro oraki better. Izakaro oraki. Izakaro oraki bhaiya. तुम्हारी माँ को respect, तुम्हारी बहन को respect, तुम्हारी नानी को respect, तुम्हारी काकी को respect. इज़्ज़त करो औरती, इज़्ज़त करो औरत की बेटा, इज़्ज़त करो औरती, इज़्ज़त करो औरत की भैया. Lucky. Mind your business, keep your head together. Oh, better don't let Daru cause you to loser. Chachi is a woman. Respect woman. Respect woman beta. Is a karona king. Is a karona kibeta. Is a karona king. Is a karona kibaya. Tumhari bauchi kurate. Tumhari mausi kurate. Tumhari chuki kurate. Tumhari chachi kurate. Is a karona king.
To be more tender, 'cause God making woman to be softer. But woman, love tenderness, woman, feel some kindness, woman, can cherish foolishness. Respect woman, respect woman better, respect woman, respect woman higher. Your Didi is a woman, your Berkey is a woman, your Bobby is a woman, your Chachi is a woman. Respect woman, respect woman better. Is a Karona king, is a Karona kibeta, is a Karona king, is a Karona kibaya. Tumhari Didi kurate, tumhari Berkey kurate, tumhari Bobby kurate, tumhari Chachi kurate.
Rise up, it's the Net Radio Breakfast Show, bringing you the energy, music and vibes to start your day right.
And with that, we say a very special good morning to you. Good morning, Trinidad. Good morning to Tobago.
You must give her respect and honor.
Good morning to our neighbors in the Caribbean, our friends who are streaming all around the globe.
Like a flower, you must cherish her.
Good morning to you, and of course, thank you so much for being here on a New Era TT Radio, Net Radio.
It's my companion, woman.
Yes, we are the heartbeat of the Caribbean, taking you above and beyond.
Respect woman better, respect woman.
Thank you so much. Thanks as always to the Heavenly Father for bringing us together for another day. All that we do, dear God, let it be a blessing honor to you.
Happy is a woman, respect
So Charles, that is me. Happy am I to be in this space with you. And happy International Women's Weekend. All you ladies locked on. Good morning and happy International Women's Week as we celebrate on Sunday. Guess what? You deserve it. So you know what, guys? Let's respect the woman, all right? Let me welcome everybody to your Get Up and Go. This is the Friday edition of The Breakfast Show.
Get up, it's the time to start the day. The Breakfast Show is here. We bring in the soca way. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Wake up, it's a brand new dawn. The Breakfast Show got the vibes turned on. From Morocco's Bay to the Savannah line. Let's start the day in Caribbean prime. Good vibes rolling through the air. The Breakfast Show, energy everywhere. We talk, we laugh, we make you think. Grab your doubles or your morning drink.
It's a Friday, baby! To the world. what your mama gave ya. Hey! Your weekend starts right here, baby.
Right here and right now, hey, baby. Good morning, everybody, and of course, welcome to the breakfast show for a beautiful Friday as we go straight into the weekend. I'm your story, Sir Charles, and of course, joining me very early as always is Wendell, and of course, I'm sure Richard will join us at some point in time. Good morning, Richard. Wendell, good morning to you.
Morning, Sir Charles. Good morning, Richard. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. And good morning, listeners and viewers all over the globe. It's Friday morning already. This week went by very, very quick. But we're here. We're happy to be in the land of the living. Let me see if I find some birthdays there. Yes, I do have birthdays. Auntie Verna. Today is Auntie Verna's birthday.
Auntie Feedboy?
Verna St. Rose Graves. She's celebrating her birthday today.
Hey, watch me now. As you say that, Auntie Verna, I wonder if she listen, boy. If not, I'll send the message to Auntie Verna. Tell her I want to get two things from her. I want a poemwa and I want a zabuka.
A what? What's the first word you said?
A poemwa.
Poemwa?
Yeah, the breadfruit.
Oh, breadfruit. Never heard that name before.
Yeah, I think that's what it's called. It's in Barbados. Poemwa.
Poemwa. Okay.
Yeah.
Never heard that.
And Auntie V have those things, and she has some avocado. Let me say it right there. Some avocado trees or tree. Let's make some really big, nice, fleshy avocados.
That would be the what they call that one.
I don't know what it's called, but
that avocado because
it's large and it's real fleshy. Yeah, not like the thing that them fellas Stephen sell on the highway.
Yeah, there's a name for that type of avocado too. I know that for sure. The name isn't coming to me just yet. Anyway, it's also the birthday of Molly. Sorry, Sir Charles?
Yeah, I said, but happy birthday to Auntie V.
Yeah, happy birthday, Verna St. Rose Graves. Happy birthday, Molly Kodai, Leslie Ann Gonzalez, Debbie Camille, Haydon Allen, and Nicole Bruce. They're all celebrating birthdays today. And of course, if you're celebrating a birthday coming up over the weekend, happy birthday in advance. My birthday's over the weekend ain't coming up as yet. Yes, Ronald Clark. Happy birthday, Ronald. Stanley Augustus is tomorrow also too.
And a man, bro.
Yeah. I haven't seen Stanley in a while. And Garfield George also celebrating his birthday tomorrow. He's out there at Queen's Hall. Over the weekend also too is Sandra Bain. She's Sunday. Yeah, that's it. And Kashka is also Sunday. Kashka Allen, all right? So happy birthday in advance to those who are celebrating birthdays also too, all right?
Yeah. Yes.
Pollock, that's the avocado, Marina Jennings. Thanks for reminding me. It's a Pollock. Yeah.
Pollock. All right.
Also said it. A Pollock avocado. It's grow big.
Yeah, that is the kind of avocado that you really want to have,
Mm-hmm.
Pollock. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to send out some belated birthday greetings to Norma Brewster Thomas, who celebrated her birthday yesterday, and I'm so ashamed that I forgot to send greetings to her. But happy birthday to you, Norms. I hope all went well. I'll call you sometime today or tomorrow.
Yeah. All right. What else is in the news? Well, some folks has been sending me some news.
What now?
On the war that's taking place, and Iran's strategy in terms of withholding some of their firing power. I mean, you have any secret to the news, huh?
Yes.
But I've been getting from Captain Ron, morning Captain Ron, and I've also been getting from Gershwin out there. Gershwin served in the U.S. Army at one time, so he has an inherent bias. But guess what? He eventually sent him a news that shows that the U.S. under pressure in this particular war. I mean, the U.S. can't run out of firepower. Eh? You know what I mean? They can't run. They have loads of it. you know.
Yeah, but
I'm going to show you
know that they're getting that kind of it's very strategic, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Very, very strategic. It's almost as if Iran was actually really preparing for this whole situation. After when they flew in and they dropped the bomb and they said they blew up something a few months ago or whatever it was, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It seems that they sat down very quietly because like they were expecting the US and Israel to make this kind of move.
Mm-hmm.
And they have made it, and they are strategically, retaliating. They are overwhelming that Iron Dome in a lot of places with their cheaper model drones and knocking out stuff because they have plenty.
Yeah.
And I think what I was reading also is that I think they are producing those drones. Eh?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
so.
and what is happening to America and them is that they're using so much expensive equipment to bring down the drones that it's taking a strain on them. And they said the mere fact that Donald Trump has summoned the people who make his defense missiles means that they are in some sort of trouble. You know, well, I don't know if trouble is the correct word, but they have a certain amount of worry about what's going on. The fact that they didn't expect Iran to last this long. You know what I mean? But you've killed their leader. You've killed not just their leader, you've killed their religious leader. You understand? And you boasted about it. How you expect the people to react? You know what I mean?
Well, right now the way that they are strategically, attacking the American bases and doing damage in a lot of other areas. I mean, I'm not a war expert, but I expect that because everybody have different levels and tiers. I'm sure of it. You understand? So in the first phase, we use that. If that didn't work, we'll go to that. And I think they will force the hands of the US and Israel. And I'm only hoping it's not going to be a next Hiroshima.
Well, let's hope nuclear weapons are not used.
Yeah, I'm only hoping we're not going back to that Hiroshima type kind of thing, but I know they're not going to sit and take that kind of strategy for too long again.
Because I saw a video from someone from China, a senior officer from China. I don't know how true that is. Where he is boasting about their technology. You know what I mean? And that they have 61, I think, nuclear and 1 hydrogen bomb. He said that hydrogen bomb could finish off anywhere, could decimate any place on earth. I was hoping, I don't know if that is in connection with what's going on now, but he said China will not strike first. You will strike first and China will strike second, and that will be the end of that. That's basically what he said.
I think I saw that. I found that very interesting. They were saying to you like, we will not strike. You will, if you strike, you'll strike, but you will not strike twice.
Again, yes, you will not strike again.
I found that to be a very interesting the way that they put it there,
Yeah.
We will not strike. You will strike, but you will not strike twice.
Yeah. You're not going to strike again.
I found that to be really, really interesting, Boy, the world is in conflict, serious conflict at that too.
Terrible. And the fact that, as I said, is that other countries are being dragged into it because of their American interests, because of their American connections. They are being dragged into it. I seen Alistair had to say, and he said that last year. Well, last year was just the other day.
Yeah, that wasn't so far, regardless of when it was said. It was said. Yeah, that was the main thing,
Yeah.
So it's not really too far whether it was last year or,
Yeah. Yep. And that issue of the Shia Muslims versus the Sunni Muslims, as opposed to the Sunni Muslims, is very true, But let's do good news, Sir Charles, before we go on.
Yeah. Let's do
wars and rumors of wars.
Okay.
Do you know why honey was often regarded as one of the most sacred foods in ancient times? It was not an expensive offering, and it had no mysterious or complicated recipe. Yet in many ancient cultures, people often saw it as a gift from God. In the Bible, honey is mentioned more than 20 times. In the daily life of ancient Israelites, it was not just food, but also a symbol of blessing, strength, and the provision of life. Proverbs 24:13 says, "My son, eat honey, for it is good." John the Baptist, who preached in the wilderness, also lived for long periods on locusts and wild honey, enduring many years of an extremely simple life. And in Luke chapter 24, there is a detail that many people easily overlook. When Jesus first appeared to his disciples after the resurrection, they were so shocked and unsure of what they were seeing that they thought they were looking at a spirit. So Jesus did something that seemed very simple. He took a piece of honeycomb and ate it in front of them. In that moment, he was not performing a miracle. Instead, he was telling them something in the most direct way possible. The resurrection was not an illusion, but a real, living life. In ancient Hebrew culture, honey often symbolized the sweetness and abundance that God provides. The Bible even uses a famous phrase to describe the land God promised, a land flowing with milk and honey. Interestingly, even today, modern research continues to show that honey has many natural benefits, such as providing energy, soothing the throat, and helping the body maintain a healthy immune system. Thousands of years ago, people may not have understood the science behind it, but they already sensed one important truth. Many things God placed in nature carry wisdom within them. Perhaps that is why, in the world of the Bible, honey is not only food, but also a symbol of the blessings that come from God. If you also believe that God has already hidden many of the answers humanity needs within his creation, write amen in the comments and share this story with others so more people can remember. Sometimes the deepest wisdom has already been written into God's creation.
Honey, yeah.
Wonder food. That is honey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, honey. And so try and stock away. It's kind of expensive these days, I understand.
Well, once it's real.
Whether it's real or not real, because
mixed with something.
yeah, well, these merchants, they're very smart, but
Very.
they
Very.
say
They're even doing it with coconut water sometimes. Sorry to say.
coconut water.
Yes.
Wow.
Sometimes you're not only getting coconut water in that bottle.
Oh,
Yes.
you mean
That's why it's good to buy it and see them actually cut the coconut and put the water in it.
yeah.
But then sometimes you're so thirsty, you want to drink a nice cold coconut water. Nothing like a nice cold coconut water. Of course, in some places, they actually have the coconut soaking in cold water. So when they cut it, the water is cold. You know what I mean? Like in Jamaica, right by the airport, they have a very popular guy. He sells it out of a bucket with cold water. So
Yeah. I like it that way too.
Yeah. As opposed to pouring it out into bottles and then putting it into cold water. But I love coconut water. Just yesterday I buy a bottle and they have on the bottle have the space for expiry date have nothing, blank. So I pointed out to the girl. She said, well, boy. I said, well, all of them like this, She said, well, I don't know.
Maybe
one of the most popular groceries,
Maybe it's honey that she was selling. Honey don't spoil, right?
Well, it's not supposed to. the one that pure.
Well, yeah. So maybe it's like that, so they don't need to put expiration date something on it.
Coconut water that spoil. That one we know for sure.
Yeah.
Especially
but I like
frozen.
coconut and coconut water. I mean, I like a nice soft jelly coconut too.
Yeah.
If I get in a nice soft jelly coconut, I eat it on the spot. Yeah.
Yeah, there used to have some guys selling out by me, but I haven't seen them these days. And then the other day I saw a next guy selling further down, and I asked him, I said, but where the other guy from up the road? He said, the people inside that community run him. I said, what? So I know I'm from inside that community. I said, the people, lady, come out here and run everybody. I said, what? I said, okay. That is news to me. Norris Ferguson, you know about that? Ronald Abbott, you know about that? All your neighbors, all your running people from outside.
Imagine that. Before we greet people in the street, Wendell, let me wish all the women of Trinidad and Tobago and the world a happy International Women's Day.
Is that it today?
It's celebrated on, well, the official day is Sunday, but I think most places will be celebrating it on Saturday.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, but it's this weekend.
Good for them.
Yeah, so it's another day for the ladies.
I'll remember.
That is why I played that song earlier on by Shorty, Respect Women. You didn't pick up on that?
No, I didn't.
yeah. So,
They have so many songs
the music
dedicated
is dedicated to the ladies today on the program.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of songs dedicated to women for that particular day. You know what I mean? Well, they have lots of songs dedicated to women, period. Good morning, Richard.
Good morning, guys. Why are you saying it with a frown on your face?
Am I frowning? It's because of the light. It's because of the light. There's a light shining in my
It's coming across, like, it have a lot of songs for them on that day.
It sounded like he against it.
No, he looking for play material. Don't study, Don't get set up
begrudgingly, Sir Charles, because you say it's Happy International Day, and he say, "Oh, is that day today?" And he frown. What?
Leave me and women alone, eh? I have had enough issues. I've had enough stories to tell. And you have had enough material for your plays. So leave me alone.
Yeah, let's greet people in the stream.
Yeah, let's do that. Eunice Dublin, good morning. Anthony Tinto, good to hear from you, Anthony. Apollinaris also says good morning. Wendy Ann and Frank James. Margaret Thomas says have a great weekend, wonderful weekend. Pearl and Stacey Ann Cody. Stacey Ann birthday is tomorrow. Oh, well, I'll pass in and check her. Happy birthday in advance, Stacey Ann. I'll come in and check it tomorrow. God willing. Orel Guy says good morning. Robert Allen also says good morning. Ava Smith, fantastic Friday. Erica Charles also says thank God for life. Pamela O'Connor, Manuela Peters, Kenny in Harlem, Boy Bidesi from DB, Diane, blessed morning guys, all in the live chat. Manager TTU, that's Norris Ferguson. Norris only run the coconut man, eh? And a very quiet young man. Very, very quiet. Felix Kozo, good Friday morning. Josie Richardson, Arlene Lewis, Carol Guevara, Trini Merle Kitchen, Marlon Motley, Merle McCormy, Gavin Frank, Nicola Nichols, Deborah Noel Surrett, Joyce Phillip, Debbie Modest, Nicola Nichols. I haven't heard this song in a long time. Sir Charles. Oh, it was an Indian sounding song you played. That was Shorty?
Yeah, Rash Shorty. Yeah.
Oh, well, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I just heard the end of the song when I.
I didn't know he was heavy and that influenced his music,
He was. All right.
That's the combination of the soca and the chutney.
Oh, I didn't realize I was Shorty. Ingrid from Tucson, Arizona, Hilary Zan, Scorpion Pepper, Robert Taylor, Dave Gosain. We are woman here, raw. So happy International Women's Day in advance. All right. Kathy Ann Charles and Arlene in Bronxville. I like the man who threw down. Carol Guevara, just saw you fire the original dancing lady. Is it because she's fat? That Richard plays that one, Carol. So when you don't see it, it's because Richard is not here to play it. Right? But we haven't fired her. Bridget Buchanan, Shirma Paul, Kazim Muhammad Pollock, right? That was his Abaca. The name of his Abaca I was looking for. Right? Thanks, Gabriel Phillip and Rena Jennings. Carlisle Cupid, blessings all. Our Pollock's the nice creamy ones. I don't eat Zabaca, but so I've heard. I've never eaten Zabaca in my life.
What? I love avocado.
Yeah, I've never eaten it. I've never acquired a taste for it.
I love avocado. When I used to work in my previous situation, I had a particular member of staff, so used to send up an avocado to me every now and then. The best avocado ever. Huge and wonderful.
Yeah. Must be a Pollock too.
Yes, nothing like a good avocado.
I love avocado. I can eat avocado every day.
Yeah, I myself.
don't eat it.
And the nice thing about it by me is that I'm the only one in the house who eat it.
Look at that. So I'm not alone then.
No, you're not alone.
Whenever I tell people that, they make me feel, oh, you're creating that's a sin. And like you're the only person not eating avocado. No, there are other people who don't.
No, there are other people who don't eat it.
No, I can get that. I just love it. If you don't love it, well, that's your business.
I don't. Alistair Hart, good morning. Carlisle Cupid, the pollock is really creamy. Margarita Chow also says fantastic Friday. Alistair Hart and Scorpion chatting here. Wendell, the painted planes. I saw that. I'm not sure that's true, you know. They really do that? Send a missile at a painted plane on the ground? I saw that, but I didn't believe it. Ambrose Blas says good morning to the crew. Sankofa said, think about it. The USA goes after Iran, but not Russia. Why? George Ryan, that's a new name. A Vinci fan. Good morning, Sir Charles. A Vinci fan sending blessings from Atlanta. All right. Morning and welcome. Thanks for joining us, George Ryan. CJ from New York. Good morning. Have a fantastic weekend. A lot of rechats here. Ron DeSantis Jr. Okay. Ron DeSantis Jr. All right. You know, some of those terms, people don't appreciate them, eh? When you describe them like that, eh? I know Chinese people don't like to be called Chinese, right? They consider it a derogatory term.
Yep.
Carla Hercules, good morning. Kim Govaya says good morning. A lot of rechats here. Chris Tusa, Cat Consulting Services. We have vendors here in TC selling coconut for $5 US. Julia Samantha says good morning. Slick Money Grip. David McCarthy. Who else is new? Kerwin Duke is new. Stella Services and Stacey-Ann off tomorrow. Okay, all right. Bernadette Yates says good morning. Trini gets fit. And that's it. That's it for the chat.
All right, so let's look and see who's on the WhatsApp very early this morning. Carla and Kelly, or Dan Karen, as you came in very early this morning. Peter Wilson, good morning. Kent in Laventil. Salty Menti, good morning to you. Captain Ron in Orlando, who was off very early this morning. Also, Frank in Aruca. Archbishop Aston Clark, good morning. Mr. Beeps out there in Pity Valley. Judith out there in Mount St. George, Tobago. I'm going to pay your visit just now, Judith. Also, Rina Budul Jennings, good morning to you. CJ is also here. Sina, good morning. And who else do we have? We have Brenda out there in Penal. All these people are on the chat this morning. Pauline and Sexy Reds, good morning to all you people. All right, so stay with us. We are going for that break and we shall be back in a little bit.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
For God shall wipe away, yes sir, every tear from their eye. Yes sir. Get ready.
TNT Get Ready for Kirk Franklin in concert. Prisoners No More. We meet at the Queen's Park Oval on March 21st for an unforgettable evening of revival and renewal with Kirk Franklin and his full band.
Revolution. Come on, do you want a revolution?
And Trinbago's top gospel artist, Jaron Nurse, Gates Praise, Blessed Messenger, St. Anthony's Music Ministry, and Darren Sandy.
But there is no sunshine.
Early bird tickets are sold out. General, kids, VIP, group, and cabana tickets available at excesstix.com. Hacker restaurants nationwide, Maranatha bookstores, Living Water Community, Santa Rosa Bookshop, Arima, St. Anthony's, RC Church, Point Fortin, Sky 99.5 FM, CNC3, and the Big Board Company are the official media partners. Endorsed by Catholic TT and the Ministry of Culture and Community Development. Kirk Franklin is coming to TNT.
By public demand. Yeah, by public demand. The first play of 2026, Scandal in Cedros, continues by public demand. Extended for a further 2 nights only on Saturday, March 7th at 8:30 p.m. and Sunday 8th at 6:30 p.m. at the Central Bank Auditorium. It's a bacchanal. Don't miss it. Scandal in Cedros, extended by public demand for a further 2 nights at the Central Bank Auditorium. Tickets available at usual outlets and at the Central Bank Auditorium box office. Don't miss it.
Scandal in Cedros.
Advertise with us on New Era TT Radio, the fastest growing streaming platform for talk in Trinidad and Tobago. Audio and video ads welcome. Elevate your brand with us. Connect with us at newerattradio@yahoo.com or call us at 299-5156. Now what are you waiting for?
Save more now at Furniture Plus. Get a pair of pillows for only $49, queen mattresses from $7.99, free gifts with select purchases, plus extra discounts on higher purchase plans. Hurry, visit any Furniture Plus showroom today.
From the producers of Ridiculous 6.5 and 7 Year Itch comes a brand new ridiculously funny comedy.
Two Fat Fellas. Friday 6th, Saturday 7th, and Sunday 8th of March. Queen's Hall. 3 nights only.
Two Fat Fellas stars Cecilia, Penny, Kevon, Zachary, Rachel, and Rody. Tickets available at Dormont Shoe Store along Circular Mall, K-Square Stores, Eastgate Mall, Brentwood Plaza, Beachology, Mokarapo Road. Queen's Hall box office opens on the 23rd of February. And islandetickets.com. For more info, call 683-4843.
Two Fat Fellas. Queen's Hall. 3 nights only. Two Fat Fellas.
Two Fat Fellas. Is that something new?
Yeah, that's a new play too.
Okay.
But that's in Queen's Hall.
I don't even know the actors except for Rudy.
You don't know Cecilia?
Okay. I don't know the guys, the Fat Fellas. That's what I mean.
Oh, okay.
I don't know the Fat Fellas. All right. Interesting. Okay. It's a play written by Cecilia?
No, by Penelope Spencer.
By Penelopi, okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Beautiful.
So that's always, you know, I always say support live theater wherever it is.
Yes, you do. You do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, if you won't have any own play, you'd probably be going to that play.
I am going to that play tonight.
Oh, it starts from tonight?
Yeah, tonight.
Oh!
It starts tonight and runs through the weekend. But of course, Saturday and Sunday, we are at Central Bank Auditorium. They'll be at Queen's Hall. But we'll be at Central Bank.
All right.
So Scandal in Cedros is at Central Bank Auditorium this weekend. You know, but that's McHugh Wendell. There's it. You stumble to where you are, Central Bank. That's it. I move automatically into my route, so to speak. So we are on at Central Bank weekend. You should not miss it. We were sold out last weekend. We had total fun on stage. Deborah and myself were discussing it last night and laughing. And so we're on this weekend again.
There was actually one seat available in that theater, right? You know that, right?
Yeah, for somebody who didn't turn up.
It was the seat next to me.
So we're on this weekend again. Before we head to Naprima Bowl next weekend, so Southerners, we're coming Naprima Bowl next weekend, Saturday and Sunday. But this weekend, our last 2 nights at Central Bank Auditorium. So Saturday at 8:30, Sunday at 6:30. Tickets are available at the Central Bank box office from 12 noon to 6 p.m. daily, and at our usual outlets: K Squared Fashions, West Mall, Eastgate, Brentwood Mall, Chagonas, Jabili Rawi in Tunapuna, Electronics in Arima, Shafley Auto Services, and of course, Antoni's Florals in Valpak Shopping Plaza. You can also purchase tickets online, RSR Productions Theatre. You can check on social media, Facebook, Insta, and TikTok for the methodology to accomplish that. But we are still looking forward to it. I know some outlets may already be sold out, so check the outlet in advance by calling them to make sure they still have tickets, because some I think are running low and some are sold out.
Mm-hmm. All right. Today, of course, is Friday, March 6th, and the headlines on the Express Online reads, typist appeals $3 million ruling after elderly woman's home sold and savings taken. One life to live. Stacy was blind in one eye. That's a young lady who was found drowned in Tobago, in the Sea of Tobago. CEO urges NGBs to prioritize. That's the CEO of the sports company of Trinidad and Tobago. Vincent, that's Tinnick Vincent, wins school pentathlon. Highway victim identified a struggling mother of 12. Apparently, she was walking out the road to get gas for a generator that they used to get electricity, and was knocked down by the corner of Tampuna Road, right down the road here from us, and the Churchill Roosevelt Highway. Yeah. Very, very tragic circumstances.
You see what bad drivers do?
There are people there.
I went down.
Yeah, there are people there vending. A guy who, just the other day, there are always people there vending water, fruits, vegetables, all manner of things. As a matter of fact, now I've seen some food carts shown up there on a night now, right in that little space between the highway and the school. Some people start to sell food now in that area. I have no real problem with these things as long as it's properly regulated, right? Thief pays for $11,000 cell phone with paper. Oh dear. Midday armed robbery at High Street in San Fernando. Businessman duped of $54,000 in fake US scam. Apparently this happened in St. James. Fake police officer in full uniform arrested in Piarco raid. That story is worrying. After they just released regulations telling you that uniformed police officers should be the ones pulling you over and taking it. But guess what? Just yesterday, not yesterday, but Wednesday, they arrested someone in a fake police uniform. All right? Well, they didn't say a fake police uniform. They say fake police officer in full uniform. Right? So those are the stories trending in today's Express Online.
All right, so I will go straight into the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian. Stunning football exit, York fired TTFA ends coach's contract 7 months early after failed World Cup bid. York is out. As PM school violence, government spark backlash. Now, Trinidad and Tobago Guardian, how could that be a headline in your online? How is that a headline? That sounds like midway in a sentence. As PM to school violence comments spark backlash. Does not sound like a comment. Yeah, it's like, midway in a sentence. Anyway.
Well, you should read the comment. And you know where's the comment? I put it in the chat. She had several comments. One of which is what is causing the backlash. And that comment is, and I quote, the only job options available for persons who don't pass their exams are low-paying menial jobs or becoming PNM MPs. That's the comment that really sparking all the backlash.
Oh, I think I was wondering if it was that, because I've seen all kinds of stuff being posted. I've seen Miss Gadsby Dully and all responding in a particular kind of way. I'm wondering, what is this throwing up words going on?
Yeah, because you're already insulting low-paying menial jobs and people who are employed in low-paying menial jobs. But then you're going to drag PNM MPs in this? As far as I know, all those PNM MPs are eminently qualified. You understand? So that's why Dr. Nan Gatsby Dolly, who of course is a PNM MP and a former education minister, posted about it, and then it just went wild on the internet yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, that statement is particularly inappropriate.
It is.
On many levels. But anyway, as Sturge requests more U.S. military assets in fight against drug cartels. I'm not so sure what to make of that. Are they asking for U.S. assistance like Ecuador did? And you and Sir Charles had homework to check into the Ecuador thing, and I know neither of you all did it. I know all you very well. I know all you better than the commenters.
I googled it right away yesterday whilst we were here, but
did you all research it? No, because I know both of all.
I said I googled it.
Well, actually, Richard, I did research it, and I'm going to deal with it after 7 o'clock.
Okay, great.
There you go.
Thanks for going against the grain, Sir Charles.
Because I know Richard would have come back this morning to say that, but I'm not going to give him that.
So I don't know if they're seeking help along that line. I don't know, because I think the U.S. actually sent military assets into Ecuador. Am I right, Sir Charles? To assist with the drug cartels in Ecuador.
It's Ecuador or El Salvador?
El Salvador. Sorry, El Salvador. You're right.
Yeah,
El Salvador. El Salvador, my bad. So I don't know if that's what he means. What he means by U.S. assets. Military assets. What does he mean by that?
Send boat and submarine and whatever it is.
And so, in other words, U.S. You mean U.S. soldiers then?
Are we putting back a base in Trinidad and Tobago? That's what I want to ask. Are we reopening a base for the U.S. in Trinidad and Tobago? That's what you're really asking, right?
No, I'm not asking that. I'm just asking, what does he mean by assets?
Yeah. No, I think
does he mean personnel, or does he mean lend us to helicopter? The U.S. will lend $1 million helicopters to the pilots there. So yeah, borrow that is only 50 million US. Yeah, use that.
No, I think he's talking about like boats and stuff and things like that.
So they're lending the boats for our men to drive. Is that what you're saying, Sir Charles?
Well, I don't know if it's for our men to drive or if it's for them to come and drive it. But I think that's some of the things that were identified that they were talking about.
Well, he's saying request more US military assets in fight against drug cartels. Okay, so whatever that means, because I didn't read the article, maybe that's what I should do, but I didn't.
Maybe that is what you should do.
Yeah, PM heads to US to meet with Trump and Sobers, TNT assisting nationals caught up in Middle East war crisis. And of course, there are a lot of Trinidad and Tobago nationals in the Middle East. Well, I mean, a few well. And then a lot of Trinidadians also visit the Middle East.
Yep.
Because Dubai is pretty popular. Dubai is a popular place globally for tourism.
Yeah, tourism, yes.
Yeah, so U.S. Embassy issues advisory on state of emergency. Ram Logan and Young face off in St. Vincent election case. Stunning football exit. Well, that's the York thing. Forex challenges shifting foreign used market. And teacher suffers through bureaucracy before forced medical retirement. So that's it. That's some of the stories in Trinidad and Tobago Garden today. So now you know.
Yeah. Well, one of the stories I got this morning is about that same last comment you made there. Influencers sold the world a fantasy called Dubai, and now it's gone in the puff of missiles. Oh Lord, poor Dubai.
That's just that people are so hyperbolic about things. And I mean, this situation will eventually come to an end, and Dubai will recover.
Yeah, because they're already saying they're not stopping the football. They're still going to have the football.
Yeah.
Iran, though, was qualified for the World Cup coming up in Mexico, Canada, and USA. And their matches were actually scheduled for the USA. I don't know that they will be participating. I haven't heard any final pronouncement on that as yet, but I imagine that they won't feel comfortable going to America to play football now. You know? Anybody have Norris? You heard anything about Iran's participation in the World Cup? If anybody has heard anything, they could message us and let us know, please. You know?
All right, so guys, hold it right there. Let's do our Did You Know segment, and we will be back. And the morning poll is coming up.
Did you know that International Women's Day began more than 100 years ago as a movement for workers' rights and women's equality? The story goes back to the early 1900s, when women in Europe and North America began organizing protests and rallies to demand fair wages, better working conditions, and the right to vote. Many of these women worked long hours in factories under difficult conditions, yet they were paid far less than men. Their protests sparked international conversations about equality. In 1910, a German activist named Clara Zetkin proposed the idea of creating a global day dedicated to women's rights during an international conference in Copenhagen. The proposal was supported by women from over a dozen countries, and in 1911, the first International Women's Day was celebrated by more than 1 million people. Over time, the day grew into a global celebration, recognizing the achievements and contributions of women in every field, from leadership and science to culture and sports. Today, International Women's Day is officially recognized by the United Nations and celebrated in over 100 countries around the world. And here in Trinidad and Tobago, women have also made powerful contributions on the global stage. From historic milestones like Janelle Penny Commission, who made history as the first Black woman to be crowned Miss Universe, to global icons like Heather Headley, representing Trinidad and Tobago excellence with her extraordinary talent in the world of entertainment, and elite athletes like Michelle Lee Aye, who continues to fly the national flag high on the world stage of track and field. To the thousands of students, entrepreneurs, and community leaders who shape our nation every single day. International Women's Day reminds us not only to celebrate achievements, but also to recognize the strength, resilience, and leadership of women everywhere. From classrooms to boardrooms, generations of women in Trinidad and Tobago have proudly represented the red, white, and black with talent and excellence. Happy International Women's Day, ladies. If you didn't know, now you know. For more great content, listen to New Era TT Radio. Follow us on social media and leave a comment. We'd love to hear from you.
Congrats, Charles. Yeah, you're really diving into making Did You Know content.
I sent one this morning.
I see you, Richard. I see you.
Thank you very much.
You saw the one on Arima that I sent this morning, Richard?
Really good. It's really good. Give the man his praise now. You're bypassing it.
So, Charles, very well done.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
But I sent you one on Arima this morning that
I saw it. I'll put it up for next week for you.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw it, but I didn't watch it yet, Wendell. I saw it, but I didn't watch it.
And a calypso that I didn't even know about. Morning Gregory from Bowo sent to me that Watchman song about Watchman. Watchman, of course, was a police officer. And the song was, do you want a watchman or a dead man? And he was referring in the song to if he exposed certain things, even back then in the police service, that he could end up dead. Listen to that song. It's Watchman has long calypsos, right? I think calypso was 9 minutes long. But I hope Sir Charles gets a chance also to play it for you all next week about Watchman, the calypsonian / policeman, singing about what could have been his fate back then. Very interesting. It's a song, a calypso that I've never heard before. Thank you, Gregory. But we'll play it for you all next week.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'll definitely get that for you. Maybe I get all these things on Monday for you.
Yeah. And of course, there's a video of a whole slew of pastors praying for Donald Trump in the White House office. Richard would absolutely love that one. I know that. I sent that specifically for Richard to see. the power of prayer and the protection of prayer, especially over a warmonger.
So you're saying Donald Trump is a warmonger?
How else you want to describe him?
I thought he was the president of peace.
PIECE.
No, he wanted both. He wanted the Nobel Peace Prize. So he's always said he is a president for peace.
Well, if left up to the nations in the Middle East to vote for him, he ain't getting that. Because he have all of them involved in a war now. He and Israel.
Yeah. Well, we could go to our lines and open up our lines at this point because it's your day on Friday to weigh in on all of the topics taking place across the planet, not only in Trinidad and Tobago, but across the planet. Lots happening. It's certainly an interesting time in world history, I'll give you that. But above all, it's Friday.
It's a Friday, baby!
Let nobody disturb the peace.
Your weakest us right here. Are you ready?
Keep on with a smile on your face. Whatever you're doing.
Somebody come on now, shoot us. Give me that.
All right, so we'll start taking your calls at this point. 281-1315, 281-1315, and 299-5156, 299-5156. So you can weigh in on stuff. Of course, lots to de-stress you this weekend, and de-stressing is very important for your mental health. So Scandal and Cedros this weekend is certainly a de-stressor on Saturday and Sunday. And then sometimes people come back to you and say, thank you, I needed that. I needed that laughter. I kid you not. People are going through all sorts of challenges in life. And when they come to the place, sometimes they actually come back to you and just tell you that. Thank you. So whatever you're going through, come to the theater this weekend, Saturday and Sunday at Scandal and Cedros in Central Bank Auditorium. And of course, Two Fat Fellas begins tonight at Queen's Hall and runs also for the weekend simultaneously. So you have two shows in Port of Spain this weekend.
If you didn't know, now you know. Caller, good morning.
I bless come on you, Sir Charles, Richard, and Weather. And after that, don't forget people's Happy Sunday, 2 p.m. Try and send your song early now. This kind of lateness, so you want to be doing with Sir Charles. That cannot work. No, I'm telling you, serious, Sir Charles. Remember, you cross over 40, that's not going to reach to 60. I don't know what you're making out,
Don't worry, we'll work it out.
I don't know what you're making out.
But go ahead with your contribution.
But anyway, I just call us to say good morning, gentlemen, to our Prime Minister who's going to meet the President of the United States of America. Kindly go with a clear mind. Do not be a follower. Do what you're supposed to do. Just don't go on like bottom, that's all. Don't be a follower and everything he saying yes to. We're not into that. Because, for example, like Iran was going on with the war there, Trinidad and Tobago is not part of that. If you, Kamala, want to be part of that, fine, that's your business. And your party, that is your business. But Trinidad and Tobago, people have to tell you at least half the country, not on that water. We are the Caribbean. CARICOM is a place of peace, not war. Gentlemen, as usual, great program. And Sir Charles, thank you again for always having a nice segment. I love that one for the ladies. Thank you ever so much for that. I can't wait for when Father's Day come and will Mendy come around that you get something nice too.
What do you remember?
Right, so, gentlemen, you have a blessed one, darling.
All right. Thanks very much, Kola. Kola, good morning to you.
Morning. Happy Friday to you all. I remember that in the other place, we all had this doctor who was dealing with the COVID, during the COVID period. I can't remember his name. But I haven't heard anybody from the ministry speak about the advance they are making in terms of China and I believe Switzerland making an advance in terms of the type 1 and type 2 diabetes in terms of finding a cure or remedy for that using stem cells. I don't know if it's possible at some time in the future if they say, "Oh, could get someone to speak on that aspect and how it is that AI has been contributing in terms of speedily advancing some resolution to a lot of these long time life disease in terms of finding breakthroughs." So I don't know how possible that is.
Yeah. Would you be able to recommend who the doctor is or was?
I can't remember his name. You used to have a regular conversation with him. He was speaking on with the COVID and I recall during the COVID period where he spoke about how it is that they were able to look at the human genome and how it is that the
advanced
British ability. Yeah.
Oh yes. Yes.
Yeah.
What was his name again, Richard? The old British guy, right?
Yes.
Sorry. Oh my God.
Yes. His name doesn't come to us now. But we know who you're speaking about. Yeah. Yeah, we'll try to get onto him. All right. So Charles, where's the poll?
Morning, guys. Yeah, morning, caller. Yeah, morning. Well, Iran qualified for the World Cup, but they proposed them that they wouldn't go, but America banned. I don't know how we go work out. But the war go finish just now. America don't take control of that scene already. That's the war go done. That war go done basically. That war go done before the next couple of weeks, or probably by next week. Them go done put Iran on that subjection, and it's just Iran might be trying. And that thing is what generally America in full control of that team. So it's tough luck for Iran, but I expect they might find a replacement for them because some of the countries who finish close to them in that group might come and replace them in the World Cup. Because I doubt they will take part. But no final decision in made yet with FIFA pertaining to them.
Yeah.
But,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
All right, our poll is up.
I think his name was Professor Aura or something like that.
Aura. That is exactly what it was. O-U-R-A.
Aura. Yeah, Professor Aura, yeah.
Yes, that's exactly what it was.
He's a virologist, but I don't know if he may be. I suppose he may be able to speak on a lot of things going on in science in that regard. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and as AI gets more and more sophisticated, because there's a background in the Pentagon with AI right now. Mm-hmm. They were using Anthropic's Claude, who I affectionately call Uncle Claude, as their AI, what should I say, main underpinnings of AI used in Pentagon and in the Ministry of War/Defense. But in terms of the military network in the United States, they were using Anthropic's Claude as the underpinnings for AI. And there was a falling out with Anthropic because apparently the military officials like Pete Hegseth and stuff wanted to use Claude in semi and autonomous weapons and also maybe in possible surveillance of Americans. And Anthropic said, no way, that's a red line for them. They're not going to allow that to be used for surveillance purposes of Americans or in semi or autonomous weapons. Semi-autonomous or autonomous weapons. So they said no, and there was a big falling out. And they said they're not using Anthropic anymore. And they're going to label them as supply chain risk, which could affect other major contracts they have. So I think Anthropic said they're going to fight that part in court, but they're going to relinquish the contract, which is worth $200 million, by the way. ChatGPT came in, now the military people prefer Anthropic, right? Because Anthropic is a little bit more sophisticated for people following AI. So I'm always, I love Uncle Claude, as I call Uncle Claude. But when I'm talking to my sister, I consulted Uncle Claude, and he told me, she's always like, what are you talking about? But anyway, apparently ChatGPT went in to fill the gap. even though ChatGPT is trying to say they're putting up the same guardrails as Anthropic, but people are not buying it, and apparently ChatGPT lost a lot of subscribers, and Claude saw a bump in people starting to use their platform more. And there were protests outside ChatGPT headquarters and stuff because they're saying, what guardrails are you putting up if Anthropic just lost it as a result of that? So I don't know if people are aware of that going on, but that's one of the stories going on in AI right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I just did a Did You Know This, Charles?
You did, actually.
You just said. Yeah.
Anyway, but did you know that our poll is up? And our poll
did you know it's
connected.
not you too?
Our poll, of course, is connected with the statement from the Prime Minister, and it should be, should the PM retract or apologize for the statement she made about people who do not pass exams becoming PNM MPs and menial workers? Her statement actually was, the only job options available for persons who don't pass their exams are low-paying menial jobs or becoming PNM MPs. Should she apologize or retract that statement? Yes or no? So Charles, you have yes or no twice. But that's all right. Yes, that's all right. People know what we mean. Yes or no? That's our poll, right?
All right.
Mm-hmm. We go for
the news you need, the clarity you deserve. Local, regional, global. This is Net Radio News Now.
This is news for Friday, the 6th of March on New Era TT Radio and Gael Caribbean TV. I'm Derek McMillan. Good day, everybody. The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service carried out 95 operations within the first day of the state of emergency, which began on Tuesday, resulting in 18 arrests and the seizure of 3 firearms. According to an operational report covering March 3rd to 4th, officers targeted 24 priority offenders during coordinated exercises across several police divisions. Police conducted 718 searches of vehicles and premises and also carried out 36 traffic operations. 18 people were arrested, with 10 of them later charged. During traffic exercises, officers detected 138 traffic offenses. Police also seized 3 pistols during the operations. The report reflects intensified enforcement activity within the first 24 hours of the state of emergency, as law enforcement agencies continue efforts to disrupt criminal activity and apprehend priority targets. Political bacchanal erupted at the Saparia Borough Corporation yesterday, after Deputy Mayor Shankar Tilak Singh was escorted out of a public health committee meeting by police. His removal followed a heated exchange with committee chairman and People's National Movement councillor Anton George during discussions about clogged box drains affecting residents in Cedros. George later told Guardian Media that Tilak Singh became disruptive during his contribution and refused to comply with instructions from the chair under the council's standing orders. Members of the committee then voted for him to leave the chamber. A 55-year-old mother of 12 was killed on Wednesday afternoon after she was struck by a vehicle along the Churchill-Roosevelt Highway near the Tampuna Road intersection in Arima. The victim has been identified as Sherry Ann Joseph of Wallerfield. She died at the scene. Police say officers of the Highway Patrol Task Force were conducting patrols around 3:20 p.m. when they were flagged down by a motorist along the eastbound carriageway. The driver reportedly told officers he swerved to avoid a car pulling toward his lane and inadvertently struck Joseph, who was walking along the shoulder of the roadway. Relatives say she had left home with a fuel canister and was on her way to a nearby service station to purchase fuel for the family's generator. In crime news, a man has been arrested after a German tourist reported items stolen from his room at a hotel in Crown Point, Tobago. Police say the 64-year-old visitor discovered the theft on Wednesday morning at Shepherd's Inn Hotel when he awoke to find his room door open and several items missing, including an iPhone 17 and personal belongings. Officers later arrested a suspect at Scarborough Port Mall and recovered some of the stolen items. He is expected to be charged with housebreaking and larceny. Meanwhile, a St. James man has been detained after allegedly selling counterfeit U.S. currency worth more than $54,000 to a Port of Spain businessman. Police say the suspect later returned to the establishment, attempting to sell more foreign currency, and was arrested. And officers are also investigating 2 robberies involving mobile phones in Port of Spain and San Fernando, including a Facebook marketplace sale that ended with a suspect grabbing an $11,000 cell phone and fleeing the scene. The United States Embassy in Port of Spain is advising U.S. citizens in Trinidad and Tobago to expect increased security following the nationwide state of emergency, declared on March 2nd and effective March 3rd. The embassy says the measure responds to a spike in violent crime linked to organized gangs. Police and military personnel will have expanded powers, including the authority to search premises and detain suspects. U.S. citizens are urged to carry identification, cooperate with authorities, monitor official updates, and report suspicious activity. Certain high-risk areas, including Laventil, Beetham, Sealots, and parts of Port of Spain after dark, should be avoided. The embassy also recommends enrolling in the Smart Traveler Enrollment Program to receive timely alerts and updates. In international news, 6 days after U.S. airstrikes on Iran, the country has launched over 2,000 drones across the Middle East. These kamikaze Shahed drones carry explosives and have targeted U.S. and allied forces, embassies, energy facilities, airports, and luxury hotels. The deadliest strike hit a U.S. base in Kuwait, killing 6 soldiers. Other attacks hit Cyprus, where a UK military base was targeted, and Oman, where key ports came under fire. Saudi Arabia's Ras Tanura oil refinery and Qatar's LNG terminal were forced to halt operations. Experts warn the attacks are meant to overwhelm defenses and create fear, putting pressure on the U.S. to end the conflict quickly. Despite their low cost, between $20,000 and $50,000 per drone, the Shahed 136s are causing significant damage and disruption across the region. And that is news at this time. Stay with us for more great programming right after the break.
That was news now. Stay informed with New Era TT Radio, Net Radio.
Your mid-morning just got better. Join Sir Charles for the mid-morning mix and mingle, where good music, real talk, health, and family matters come together, and your voice is heard. Whether you're at work, on the go, or just taking a break, this is the perfect mix to keep you engaged, informed, and entertained. The mid-morning mix and mingle, weekdays, 9 a.m. to 12 noon on New Era TT Radio, Net Radio.
This is the Net Radio Breakfast Show.
La 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 dee, la 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 la. Hey, give it. Yo. Lady, I want to dance with you tonight. Lady, give me a chance to hold you tight. Let me show you how much I want you, how much I think about you. I've been watching you, baby, I've been watching you, watching you, lady. I love the sexy way you walk, lady. The kind of sexy way you talk. Let's jam the night away, baby. Just you and me personally, in a decent way. Baby, we could break away, break away, lady. My sweet lady. Oh, oh, lady. My sweet lady. Hey, give it. Lord, give it.
I'm feeling about you, I can't keep it, I have to tell you, 'cause you look so good. My lady, you look so good. Look so good, lady. Oh, my lady. My lady. My sweet lady. Oh, yeah. Get it. Lady, you just take my breath away. Lady, I can't find the words to say. The way I'm feeling about you, I can't keep it, I have to tell you, 'cause you look so good. My lady, you look so good. Look so good, lady. Oh, my lady. My lady. My sweet lady. Oh, lady. Oh, my lady. My lady. Oh, my lady.
Mornings just got better. You're locked into Net Radio Breakfast Show. Fueling your day with the best music and real talk.
My lady. Oh, my lady. My lady.
Yeah. And to all the ladies listening to Net Radio, good morning to you and happy International Women's Day to all the hundreds of thousands of millions of women around the world. Ladies, I hope that you will have a really good day. Celebrate over the weekend because the struggle has been long. It's still not over, but you know what? You're doing pretty well. You are doing pretty well. And for all the men who support the ladies, hey, big up to you guys, right? Everybody, welcome inside the second hour. Yeah, that is where you are. The breakfast show. Internationally acclaimed breakfast show we're talking about also, yeah? So we thank you so much for those of you that came in very early, the anthem crew, yeah? Good morning, those are the people that come in just before the anthem. You just had to see the numbers rolling up at around 5 to 6 anywhere around there, so yeah, good morning to you. Those who came in along the way, thank you so much for being here. And also to the folks on Gal Caribbean TV, well, good day to you, and we are so happy to have you on the breakfast show. So much to do inside of this day, but of course, ladies, this day belongs to you all right? So good. Just to let you know that when we come off of the Kyle feed at around 8:30 somewhere around there, guess what? You can listen to us all day into the weekend. Yeah, we provide you with good music and entertainment. So tune in at newerattradio.com. That's newerattradio.com. Also, New Era TT Radio. You get us on TuneIn. That way you'll be able to put us on your Google and Alexa devices. Also on Facebook and YouTube, where we are streaming. We are multi-platform dimensions in the morning. You can like, subscribe, follow, and don't forget to hit that support donate button, all right? So the morning poll is up. Should the PM retract/apologize for the statement that she made about people who do not pass exam and become PNM MPs and menial workers? Should she apologize for that? You're voting yes or you're voting no. And when we come back after a break, we'll tell you how you voted. Stay with us. We shall be back shortly.
Scandalous.
by public demand. Yeah, by public demand. The first play of 2026, Scandal in Cedros, continues by public demand. Extended for a further 2 nights only on Saturday, March 7th at 8:30 p.m. and Sunday 8th at 6:30 p.m. at the Central Bank Auditorium. It's a bacchanal. Don't miss it. Scandal in Cedros, extended by public demand for a further 2 nights at the Central Bank Auditorium. Tickets available at usual outlets and at the Central Bank Auditorium box office. Don't miss it.
Scandal in Cedros. For God shall wipe away, yes sir, every tear from their eye. Yes sir. Get ready.
TNT, get ready for Kirk Franklin in concert. Prisoners No More. We meet at the Queen's Park Oval on March 21st for an unforgettable evening of revival and renewal with Kirk Franklin and his full band.
Come on, do you want a revolution?
And Trinbago's top gospel artists, Jaron Nurse, Gates Praise, Blessed Messenger, St. Anthony's Music Ministry, and Darren Sandy.
But there is no sunshine.
Early bird tickets are sold out. General, kids, VIP, group, and cabana tickets available at excesstix.com. Hacker restaurants nationwide, Maranatha bookstores, Living Water Community, Santa Rosa Bookshop, Arima, St. Anthony's, RC Church, Point Fortin, Sky 99.5 FM, CNC3, and the Big Board Company are the official media partners. Endorsed by Catholic TT and the Ministry of Culture and Community Development. Kirk Franklin is coming to TNT.
Advertise with us on New Era TT Radio, the fastest growing streaming platform for talk in Trinidad and Tobago. Audio and video ads welcome. Elevate your brand with us. Connect with us at newerattradio@yahoo.com or call us at 299-5156. Now what are you waiting for?
Save more now at Furniture Plus. Get a pair of pillows for only $49, queen mattresses from $7.99, free gifts with select purchases, plus extra discounts on higher purchase plans. Hurry, visit any Furniture Plus showroom today.
From the producers of Ridiculous 6.5 and 7-Year Itch comes a brand new ridiculously funny comedy.
Two Fat Fellas. Friday 6, Saturday 7, and Sunday 8th of March. Queen's Hall. 3 nights only.
Two Fat Fellas stars Cecilia, Penny, Kevin, Zachary, Rachel, and Rody. Tickets available at Dormont Shoe Store along Circular Mall, K-Square Stores, Eastgate Mall, Brentwood Plaza, Beachology, Mokarapo Road. Queen's Hall box office opens on the 23rd of February. And islandetickets.com. For more info, call 683-4843.
Two Fat Fellas. Queen's Hall. 3 nights only. Two Fat Fellas.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
Okay, people, so
we are back
with you on inside of the second hour of the breakfast show on Net Radio, New Era TT Radio, and of course, Gaia Caribbean TV, and all our other platforms that we stream and people are tuning into. So thank you so much for being with us. Yeah,
it's your hour, don't forget. And of course, just a little additional information. Furniture Plus they're having a big sale on this weekend at their warehouse in Malabar. From I think it started on the 5th and it's finishing on the 8th. All right, so you could visit their warehouse in Malabar. Items slashed like 50% and probably more. I intend to visit them tomorrow. I was supposed to go yesterday. I drive out the road and all of the furniture reaches Massey. I
definitely myself. We're going to visit them this weekend.
Yeah, in the warehouse in Malabar. All right. So you're ready for the poll? Of course, our poll is up still. Should the Prime Minister retract or apologize for the statement she made about people who do not pass exams becoming PNM MPs and menial workers? Well, she's about to visit someone who, I'll tell you what, he had his school records struck from the public, right? It is Donald Trump, the President of the United States, had his school records struck from public viewing, right? Because he graduated from the University of Pennsylvania in 1968 without honors, indicating that his GPA was likely below 3.4 despite his unsubstantiated claims of graduating first in his class. Just remember that. I just thought I'd just add in that little tidbit there for you all, because you all may not know, you know.
So what you're saying, are you equating our PM with the IQ level of Donald Trump?
No, I'm not even studying. No, our Prime Minister is a bright person. She passed a lot of exams. I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about for people in general who make it to the top sometimes. It had nothing to do with them passing exams or whatever. You understand?
I was just trying to make the link now.
No, that is the link I make it.
Oh, okay.
There are several people who've made it to the top of their field and they didn't pass exams.
Oh, yeah. We have a lot of people like that. We have a lot of billionaires, successful business people, and all different kinds of stuff.
And they employ people who have done very well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
So don't discount it. But let's do the poll and then we come and turn it after.
Yeah. Suzanne Jessup, you ready to write?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yes, that's Suzanne Jessup, yes. David McCarthy, yes. That's insulting. Ava Smith, yes. Gregory Boyer, yes. Boy Bidesi, yes. Will Cams, yes. Kim Govaya, what's new again, yes. Trinian Boston, yes, she should. Eunice Dublin, yes. Bernadette Yates, yes. Rena Jennings, yes. Scorpion Pepper, yes. Vincent, no. Marlon Motley, yes, definitely. Margaret Thomas, yes. James Kamau, yes. Carla Hercules, yes. Annalie Johnson, yes. Apollinaris, yes. Finbar Collins, yes. There was a hint of racism, okay, in her statement as well. Joseph Clement, yes. Jason Samuel is, I don't know what you mean by that, because I don't know what you're trying to say, Jason Samuel. Say what you're trying to say. Margaret Chow, Margarita Chow, yes. Ingrid from Tucson, yes. Beauty Culture, yes. Debbie Mitchell, no. Marlene Saunders, no. Show you who they are. Believe it. Okay, Marlene Saunders is using reverse psychology there. I see that. Michael Robinson, yes. Fran Romani, yes. Valerie Mendoza, yes. Colted Finch, yes. Fran Romani, I think I got your vote saying yes before. Yes. Carol Guevara is saying she absolutely should, but she won't. Well, you taking yes or no? So we'll go with yes. Damian and Amanda Edwin, good morning. Dave Gosine, yes. Amanda Edwin says yes to the poll. Felix Kozo, yes. Damian says yes. Magic says yes. I don't know Colted Finch. I haven't heard from Ralph Mirage in a while. Alistair Hart says yes. Trini Gets Fit, yes. Well, Andre, I don't know if it's a political poll, you know. It's something that the Prime Minister said. It had nothing to do with politics. Even though she singled out PNM MPs. But we both of us know that you have UNC MPs have a problem too, eh? Not so, Andre? Robert Taylor, yes. All right, so I'm not going to read your comment again. Gabriel Phillip, I don't know what you... All right, that's not an answer. Scorpion, you already voted, you know. D-Mark says yes. a lot of chat here, Sir Charles. So I'm just trying to figure out.
Yeah, that's why we tell people yes or no first, then we'll like a chat.
What did I say? Beauty culture is in Omera. Well, Omera industrial is not Malabar. That area is not Malabar, I think. Anthony Miguel, yes. Estelita Sampson, yes. Robert Allen, yes. Maria Cellier, yes. Anon, yes. Matura Wisi, I'm not sure what does that mean, no? Yes. All right. Scorpion Pepper, somewhere up at the top you had yes, but maybe it wasn't answering the poll. You see, you put some things in the chat sometimes, I don't know what you're talking about. So you say you did not vote yes. So Charles, Scorpion, she did not vote yes.
All right, so she going to vote now?
Who says yes. All right. And we're not taking abstentions. We're taking yes or no. Go ahead, Sir Charles.
That's it for you? All right, let's check on the WhatsApp and see what's going on here. We have, where do I start? Right, so I have Pauline saying no. I have Brenda Pinal saying yes. I have Trinidad and Tobago saying yes. I have Archbishop Ashton Clark saying yes. Captain Ron says yes. Raymond says yes. Sean Ram says no. Sexy Red says no. Nizina says yes. And Kurt Edwards says yes. Peter Wilson says yes to the poll. That is what I got so far. Who you got? Anybody else?
Scorpion Pepper, I just sent you a picture where you said yes at 7:05 a.m. Right after Rena Buru Jennings says yes, you said yes. I assume it was the poll. I just sent you a picture of your comment saying yes. So that's what I say. Sometimes the chatter is so much that you can't pick up what people, if people voting on the poll or if they answering some other question. All right, so that's it. How much you have there, Sir Charles?
Okay, so what we have on the poll, we have 57 people on the poll this morning, and we have 52 of you saying yes, and 5 persons saying no. So 52 saying yes, the Prime Minister should apologize, and 5 persons saying no, the Prime Minister should not apologize. I don't know if to pass it off as peacock in the Parliament, but even if that is the case, I don't agree with it. I don't think that is the kind of thing that you should be putting outside there. So I do think the Prime Minister should have apologized. But I also believe that Ms. Diane Gadsby Dully should take down that polls. And she too should probably apologize. I think she would, to try to fight fire with fire as a former education minister. I think you can find better words to deal with that.
I will have to agree with you there, Sir Charles. I will have to agree with you there. I know she was very upset, but she could have used different words, because people read between the lines, even though you don't actually use the word. People not stupid, right? You know what I mean? So,
yeah, it was kind of crude and crass also.
Yeah,
and sometimes you have to climb above it, and don't sink yourself to the level.
Yeah. I won't disagree with it. I won't disagree with that. Yeah.
Climb above that, man. They're way to treat it. But before we get into anything else, today is International Women's Day, the weekend, and I have.
So you're giving them today too, then?
Well, we are here today.
No, you could do it Sunday when you're there.
Well, we have something against you over today.
I just provoke it. I'm
sorry, Richard, was it?
I just provoke it. If you want, go ahead, get up the
Yeah. So
get up your weekend. Get up your weekend.
Yes, we get the ladies the weekend, man. You know what I mean? So, ladies. Oh my God! But we have a short message coming from the from Sanjin Ratan and the International Women's Network. I think that's the name of the group. I was trying to get her to join us in between the area here, Wendell. But apparently, like where she is at this point in time, she'd probably be sleeping. All right. So it's short, so let me just play it for you guys.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Sandrine Ratan, president of the International Women's Resource Network, and I want to start by wishing all our beautiful women in Trinidad and Tobago, and by extension the world, happy International Women's Day. We have had some struggles, we have had some challenges, but I think we need to pat ourselves on the back in terms of the strides that we have made. More can be done, but I think that we have made excellent strides in the professional scheme of things with our jobs, in terms of how we respond to issues like domestic violence. And for those who know me, you know I'm a advocate against domestic violence. So I have to bring that into the frame. That is something that we still need to deal with. I also want to mention that even though we are not hearing about fatalities, the IWRN is still doing lots of work in terms of relocating women from their domestic violence spaces. We are still doing that work quietly. Of course, we cannot share more details on that, but a lot of our women are suffering in silence, and that is something that we want to break. We want to break that silence, and we are asking women, I want to take this opportunity to ask women to please reach out to us on our Facebook page. If you feel threatened in any way, if you feel unsafe, reach out to us, and we will be more than happy to guide and support in the best way that we can. So again, I want to congratulate our women. As I said, we have made strides. We have a long way to go, but we also need to understand that our freedom and our peace, that is very important, and we need to celebrate that and protect that. Okay? So have a great day, everyone.
All right, so thank you very much, Sandrine Ratan there, for sending out that little address to support women outside there and to let them know that there's a space. In case you need assistance, you can call the International Women's Network or link us with that here, and we'll get a number for you where you can chat with them. But yeah. All right, Wendell. So I'll wait till Richard comes back so we can talk about El Salvador. Right?
Mm-hmm. All right.
So in the meantime, I think we can take some calls.
But let's take some calls, huh?
Yeah. So people.
Somebody saying something in the background.
What is that, Richard?
No, I could swear I heard somebody speaking in the background.
Yeah. Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Morning to you, caller.
How would the statement put out by the Prime Minister qualify under the state of emergency? How would the Minister of Homeland Security qualify that statement? Now, sometimes, on the program you ask people when they are calling to be very respectful and whatnot. Do you think a statement like that, if somebody disrespects the Prime Minister in the worst way possible, do you think that they would be out of order? Because if you look at the response from Dr. Nayan Gali, Dolly, I find sometimes you just have to listen to these things or listen to the Prime Minister and just feel them. She all forgets her. It is very heart-wrenching to hear these kind of things coming from our Prime Minister. That party had the most fake, what they call it, fake documents in terms of ministers. And you are coming to make a statement like that? It's disgusting.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that, what you just said too, because the history is replete with people with fake documents within that particular government over a period of time. You know what I mean? And we have a current minister. I mean, he is ridiculed on a lot of occasions, almost every occasion that he speaks, he opens his mouth. So much so that I advise him to stay away from the media. You know what I mean? But are we talking about that? I don't find it funny when people make these kind of comments or these kind of jokes about people who may have all manner of issues why they didn't pass the exam. Probably have nothing to do with if they're intelligent or not. You understand? All manner of issues. But to ridicule people who don't pass an exam as being relegated to a menial job or a PNM MP. Come on, look at the PNM MPs that are there. Look at them. 2 of them are senior counsels, along with yourself, Prime Minister. Keith Scotland and Faris Alwari are senior counsels. Stuart Young is an eminent attorney. You understand? We have Nyan Gadsby Dolly has a doctorate. Right? We have Camille Robinson Regis, attorney at law. Kareem Marcel, attorney at law. Huh? I think the guy from Laventil, the other guy is an engineer. Come on, you know what I mean? How you drag PNM MPs into that?
Yeah, and I want to take it away that because you did not even mention the leader.
Penelope Beckles.
Yes.
Yeah, she's a attorney at law from law.
Right.
You know?
So I want to make sure you put her in the mix, right?
No,
So what do you know? Yeah, remember Miss Beckles?
No, not that I didn't remember. You know, I was looking at people who are well, really and truly, I should have called her first.
Yes, of course. I think you should have. But let's go back to the line. Scholar, good morning to you.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Miss Sampson.
How many times, yes, morning. How many times Kamala besides going to put her foot in her mouth and people making excuse? If was Dr. The things that happening now, if was Dr. Rowley, did not bury him already? Good grief. Just imagine you in Parliament talking about small pain. If the next one did answer her and say something else, what would have happened? She has to learn to realize where she is and when. There is rub talk, there is parlor talk, there is place for everything. You can't be operating in this manner, man. She's just bringing down the country and bringing down her own self. It had nothing to do with AD, according to the last thing. Don't give the woman no pass. If you're in public, you're supposed to know how to talk. When you're in your backyard, you're supposed to know how to talk. You all have a good day. Too much excuse making, man. Nobody even protesting with all the nonsense that's being done. Have a good day.
Yeah, thanks very much, Ms. Sampson. I don't know why people like to always say that when so-and-so was done. You know, there's still voices outside there who are condemning what is taking place today, you know, just as some persons would have condemned in the past. Yeah. Good morning to you, caller.
Good morning, gentlemen, including the thespian, where I shall cast my eyes upon hopefully tomorrow, Saturday or Sunday. Gentlemen, you know, and now the question about the ongoing war and what is happening. I don't know if you all, I saw an interview with an Iranian official. I believe he was either the deputy foreign minister or the foreign minister. And what he said was very eye-opening on the strategy that Iran is using. And the man said that, listen, there are going to have negotiations now and so on, and we're not interested in that. He said because every time we sat down at the table with them, they attacked us from July last year and now. And he said that we know that they want to put troops on the ground, and we're preparing for the last 20 years, and we're ready and willing and waiting for them, right? And he said next thing too, he said They're talking about air superiority and controlling the air and things. He said, but the fact of the matter is, we sign up drones that costing under 100,000 and doing damage to billion-dollar equipment. So who really winning? Who really winning? And he referenced that if people only taking the information that they gain from the Western media, they will paint the picture that we are under real pressure. And he admitted that, they lost some air assets about he spoke about the Navy ship and so on. But what the man was saying is that what they will get is Afghanistan Part 2. And that's for anybody who feels it's just a walkover with what's going on now, then for a long, then for a rude awakening. And the face that was on the interviewer who was interviewing him, you could see the blood drain from the man's face. Because the gentleman was very calm and collected, but pointed. And that says about a lot about the resolve of them people and so on. So I think people should take heed of what may be unfolding. And then when he spoke about the Straits of Hormuz, he said, yes, anything that he says they intend to do, as they say, which is block that particular ceiling, and anything that's coming through, whoever it is, they will blow it up. They go attack it. So that is a serious thing that may develop over the next coming weeks. Great as usual, gentlemen. Have a good weekend, and thanks for the opportunity as usual.
Yeah, thanks. And we will probably benefit because we haven't spoken about that as yet. I'm surprised that you're not really seeing much about that, about the price of oil that we stand to benefit from, and I think we already benefited from it. If I have to take the Minister of Energy's words yesterday, you know what I mean? We may already be benefiting from it, but the other places are going to suffer,
Yeah, well, that is always the case. Somebody always benefits off of somebody else's tragedy. That is how it has always been, because like whenever we have had oil booms and all these different kinds, it's because of all those things. Somebody else on the other side is suffering because of that, Yeah. Hello, good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Morning to you.
The Three Musketeers. I hold them.
Mr. Gradway.
Yeah, I get up kind of late this one because I had it yesterday in the hospital and thing. But listen now, I see all your pool. You know what amazed me with this woman? You see, I had to go see this woman, because she's a nasty woman.
No, Mr. Grant.
No, please.
No, Mr. Grant.
Go that direction. You could do better than that too, Mr.
Yeah,
Grant.
you can do better than that.
Yeah, don't bring that here. You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Wrong program.
Yeah. Sorry about that, Mr. Grant. Yeah, you have to do a lot better than that. And we can. All right? At the end of the day, we still have to show respect for those in authority. Hello, good morning.
Wendell, I don't know if you could remind me, have we ever had a prime minister, I know you more on Kura in terms of the politics, have we ever had a prime minister that has ever apologized for anything?
If I am not mistaken, Dr. Rowley would have apologized for, you remember that an issue over display at a PNM Sports and Family Day, where it caused quite a furor. What actually happened was one of the constituencies did a display, and I think he apologized for it after. Somebody's going to remind me what was the incident.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly, but I remember that incident.
Okay, let me contextualize my question better. Has we ever had a prime minister who has apologized for anything that they said?
Without being forced to, without being asked to. You should maybe add in that.
Yeah, I can't directly remember anything like that, Richard, with all honesty. Maybe there is, but I can't really remember that. Caller, good morning.
Yeah, guys, morning. Technically, the Prime Minister trying to say African people is illiterate. That is a strategy they've been using, and that is a part of the view and the concept. Because you know,
but PNM MPs aren't all African.
Yeah, that's the thing, caller. I don't. That's a blanket statement you're making. They might be wrong in that.
Yeah, but no, but it's up to that's a part of the
that's your interpretation, huh?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That is a part of the philosophy. I mean it right. I agree with that. But that is a part of the philosophy. They have that thinking. But at the end of the day, we know I have some partners who I will tell that we know in education right now all over the world. African tops in America, women dominating education and tops right in Trinidad here. Look how much position we have with women dominating and leading, and we know that today is International Women Day, and women excelling in all kind of fields. But that philosophy existing in the system among certain people, that is nothing to run away from and shy away from. We know that we as intellectuals and fellows outside there, we know plenty of them perception running, but at the end of the day, it's not a true perception. Perception will be running, but it's not to be true. Yeah.
Sad to say you may be right, because even amongst African people, they think about African people the same way, even amongst us. You understand? Sad to say, you may be very correct.
Caller, good morning.
Yes, Mr. Charles. How are you going, sir?
I am well, Mr. Patrick.
Yeah, Mr. Wendell Stevens and Mr. Richard.
Good morning, Mr. Patrick. I'm calling you for government name, Mr. Curtis Patrick.
At last, yes, that's my government name. Right. You know, people really don't understand the Middle East. Is it the Middle East? It's a dangerous place. You see that place where they fight Persia? And then places Babylon, and you go back in biblical time, that was the name. Babylon, Persia, the Median Persia, all them things. You know that? Them that fight a different kind of war. America fighting a war, and them fighting a war. The West fighting the East. But they fail to realize in history, biblical time, they call the whole Middle East section a warring nation. That was how we named brother Ishmael. Them country built for war. Them people will war you down till the dead. Them a business. So when we interfere with them people and the business, we looking for war. That war ain't got done. That war will never done. That war in the Middle East will never, ever done. You understand?
Yeah.
So people don't understand that. Like what? With the phrase, the goodly little Prime Minister make, I wouldn't even think about that, even discuss that. I have no sense discussing. The people know they qualify, and that is that. But one thing I want to say too, I was being around argument different places. So Charles, the place is a mess, brother. A lot of people walking away, a lot of bars and places shutting down, closing down, nobody has no money. The thing is a mess, Sir Charles.
It is.
I went there. It's in a mess. Right? I don't know where we're getting money from, but I don't know, but the little oil thing they said again, what I hear is natural gas. But right now, gas and oil raising New York, right?
Yeah. And going up every day.
Oil price at the pump, gas price raising New York already.
Yeah.
So when people talk
America's
about
going to pay a heavy price.
Yeah?
America's going to pay a heavy price at the pump, trust me.
Yeah, it got up already. Yeah, that. So this is how the world going by.
Okay, Mr. Patrick. Thank you very much. Virginia, good morning.
Hey, good morning, gentlemen. Good morning. Hey, for those who were former and active military, and I did hear Wendell mention that. Good morning, Wendell. Mention if you have a couple of them. Please inform Wendell the terms used there were not derogatory. I'm offended and insulted that he would think a person of my heritage and a fellow black man would say that I am using insensitive terms. If you are familiar with Tom Clancy, a world-renowned author, and also The Hunt for Red October, Patriot Games, and so on, the term Chinese communist, not every Chinese is a communist. They are speaking about the command and control structure within the military, and that's what Chi-Coms mean, and a term used for those, depending on what level, staff levels they were in military, right? It's a term used to describe certain structure of command and control. And the same thing, Ruskies, or even the word Ivan in naval terms is a word used to refer to Russian assets. So I was not using offensive terms, and when you say something like that, for those who are not informed, they will think that Virginia is a racist or whatever, and that's not my intentions whatsoever. I said mad, mutually assured destruction. Sting from the Police, the performer, had a song called "Do the Russians Love Their Children Too?" Right? They too, and the Chinese are fully aware that there's, as Sandra says, nobody wins a war, but more so a nuclear war is mad. MAD, mutually assured destruction. Okay? So again, I'm offended and insulted that you would think that when I use those terms, please just clarify before you comment. That's all I'm asking.
Well, I can't clarify your terms. You need to clarify.
Yeah. So that's what I put in parenthesis what it meant. Right? Virginia, right? Chinese communists, right?
Virginia.
Yes, sir.
Hold on. So to save all of us trying to interpret after you, or you have to come back to explain, just use the normal terms so that we can all understand now.
Okay. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm like a school teacher when they go home.
Yeah, don't believe that everybody know those terms that you're using. So try and bring it down to the normal terms that everybody else know.
Yeah.
So
everybody didn't pass exams then.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Behave yourself, Brendel. Everybody passes exam. I have fellas making more money than me. Fair common entrance. And they are multi-millionaires now.
Right.
So, yeah, you're right. She can't help it. Man. It's a mouth disease.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much, Virginia. So save us all of that kind of thing. Kola, good morning to you.
Morning, Sir Charles.
Morning, Deco Martin.
Morning to Wendell and Richard.
Morning.
Virginia, like he understand, he's coming with these at a high-tech talk. A lot of people is who Camilla sent, who might be listening to him. Camilla sent a lot of students who got 30% in their C exam, Virginia, and she sent them to secondary school. So I don't know what she talking now. She was the one who sent students with 30% in their C exam, and she pushed them in secondary school. So I don't understand. And Camilla not apologizing. She will never apologize to nothing she say. It will quicker get Penelope Beckles to do that than Camilla Prasad Pisesa. Oh God, boy, man, it can't get worse than this. You know who she will apologize to? She will apologize to Donald Trump if she says something and it come over offensive. She will apologize to him. She will never apologize to nobody in Trinidad for what she said. You'll have a blessed weekend.
Yeah. You don't know about that either, too, no? Because the UNC did make secondary education available to all, regardless of whether they pass exam or not. That is a fact also. So you can't come now and say, menial jobs are jobs that exist all over the world. I don't know if people know that now. The world can't exist without people doing menial labor.
But where does the statement was what? At the press cabinet, post-cabinet meeting?
I don't know where she made the statement. It is in reference to the issue that Dr. Dowlett raised with the violence that has been increasing in schools. You understand? So,
all right.
I don't know where she would have made the statement, if she would have tweeted it like she normally does, or if she would have actually made a statement. I don't know where. I didn't follow that.
Let's see if we can take this final call before we go to the news. Caller, good morning to you.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you guys doing? Happy Friday.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Morning, Captain.
Yes, first of all, for Miss Kamala Prasad, I was a bit upset at first when I saw it, But common sense shows me that when she said in the campaign, when UNC when everybody win, she meant people who were in yellow. That's all she meant. Because she's forgetting that she swore to be Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, not just one side party. Because I don't understand the brutal attacks every day that comes out of this woman's mouth. But I think she's getting senile. We just have to pray for her. All right? But I want to say something. The very first person that called earlier this morning and talking about the football and stuff and Iran and all that thing. First of all, Iran, people need to understand it. Iran never started this war, you know. This was Israel with their foolish reason, which I can't really say all of it, that came and ordered Trump because they're blackmailing him to go and do what he did. Now, Iran has all right in international law to respond. So that's all Iran is doing, is responding and defending itself. You have the right to defend yourself. It's like somebody come into your house and try to kill you. You have the right to defend yourself and your family.
Stand your ground.
That's all Iran and your ground.
Yeah, stand your ground.
But let me tell you something. Anybody, don't put God out your thoughts and feel America could go in there and put boots on the ground and win. Especially if they're fighting people who will die for the country, and it's something they call martyrdom. They take that seriously over in the Arab world. So people think twice. Right now, Donald Trump and them are very confused. They don't know which way they're going. And Israel is under shambles right now. They're being attacked, seriously attacked. And it's changes. And I keep saying, one thing I keep hearing in my voice, when Wendell said it earlier this week, Iran needs no help. Trust me, on that one, they handled the war so far. Trump thought they would be like Venezuela. But they're getting a big surprise. Anyway, guys, I know it's have a good day.
Yeah, okay, no problem. Thanks very much. You know, strange enough, I saw an article, I think it was yesterday, where Ukraine was actually saying that they could assist. I said, but Ukraine have their hands full with Russia right now. I don't know.
Some people in parts of the world, they're different, you know. And they're different when it comes to America. You see, when America, especially America under Trump, they're different, you know. They have a resolve that will shock them, eh?
Yeah, because I'm saying, but I thought Ukraine was looking for help to deal with Russia, but I see they saying that they can now, like they have resources send in that direction or defend a particular area. I said, but they can hardly defend themselves. This
and as Mr. Patrick said, this is going to be a never-ending war. Because just when you feel you could be relaxed, bam, something blow up somewhere in America. Something happens somewhere where American people are. So that's what they're doing. They're targeting where American people are, not necessarily in America, yeah? And that's the danger of it. That's the danger.
Let's go for the news, and we shall be back. So stay with us on this Friday.
The news you need, the clarity you deserve. Local, regional, global. This is Net Radio News Now.
This is news for Friday, the 6th of March on New Era TT Radio and Gael Caribbean TV. I'm Derek McMillan. Good day, everybody. The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service carried out 95 operations within the first day of the state of emergency, which began on Tuesday, resulting in 18 arrests and the seizure of 3 firearms. According to an operational report covering March 3rd to 4th, officers targeted 24 priority offenders during coordinated exercises across several police divisions. Police conducted 718 searches of vehicles and premises, and also carried out 36 traffic operations. 18 people were arrested, with 10 of them later charged. During traffic exercises, officers detected 138 traffic offenses. Police also seized 3 pistols during the operations. The report reflects intensified enforcement activity within the first 24 hours of the state of emergency, as law enforcement agencies continue efforts to disrupt criminal activity and apprehend priority targets. Political bacchanal erupted at the Saparia Borough Corporation yesterday, after Deputy Mayor Shankar Tilak Singh was escorted out of a public health committee meeting by police. His removal followed a heated exchange with committee chairman and People's National Movement councillor Anton George. during discussions about clogged box drains affecting residents in Cedros. George later told Guardian Media that Tilak Singh became disruptive during his contribution and refused to comply with instructions from the chair under the council's standing orders. Members of the committee then voted for him to leave the chamber. A 55-year-old mother of 12 was killed on Wednesday afternoon after she was struck by a vehicle along the Churchill-Roosevelt Highway near the Tampuna Road intersection in Arima. The victim has been identified as Sherry Ann Joseph of Wallerfield. She died at the scene. Police say officers of the Highway Patrol Task Force were conducting patrols around 3:20 p.m. when they were flagged down by a motorist along the eastbound carriageway. The driver reportedly told officers he swerved to avoid a car pulling toward his lane and inadvertently struck Joseph, who was walking along the shoulder of the roadway. Relatives say she had left home with a fuel canister and was on her way to a nearby service station to purchase fuel for the family's generator. In crime news, a man has been arrested after a German tourist reported items stolen from his room at a hotel in Crown Point, Tobago. Police say the 64-year-old visitor discovered the theft on Wednesday morning at Shepherd's Inn Hotel when he awoke to find his room door open and several items missing, including an iPhone 17 and personal belongings. Officers later arrested a suspect at Scarborough Port Mall and recovered some of the stolen items. He is expected to be charged with housebreaking and larceny. Meanwhile, a St. James man has been detained after allegedly selling counterfeit U.S. currency worth more than $54,000 to a Port of Spain businessman. Police say the suspect later returned to the establishment attempting to sell more foreign currency and was arrested. And officers are also investigating 2 robberies involving mobile phones in Port of Spain and San Fernando, including a Facebook marketplace sale that ended with a suspect grabbing an $11,000 cell phone and fleeing the scene. The United States Embassy in Port of Spain is advising U.S. citizens in Trinidad and Tobago to expect increased security following the nationwide state of emergency, declared on March 2nd and effective March 3rd. The embassy says the measure responds to a spike in violent crime linked to organized gangs. Police and military personnel will have expanded powers, including the authority to search premises and detain suspects. U.S. citizens are urged to carry identification, cooperate with authorities, monitor official updates, and report suspicious activity. Certain high-risk areas, including Laventil, Beetham, Sealots, and parts of Port of Spain after dark, should be avoided. The embassy also recommends enrolling in the Smart Traveler Enrollment Program to receive timely alerts and updates. In international news, 6 days after U.S. airstrikes on Iran, the country has launched over 2,000 drones across the Middle East. These kamikaze Shahed drones carry explosives and have targeted U.S. and allied forces, embassies, energy facilities, airports, and luxury hotels. The deadliest strike hit a U.S. base in Kuwait, killing 6 soldiers. Other attacks hit Cyprus, where a UK military base was targeted, and Oman, where key ports came under fire. Saudi Arabia's Ras Tanura oil refinery and Qatar's LNG terminal were forced to halt operations. Experts warn the attacks are meant to overwhelm defenses and create fear, putting pressure on the U.S. to end the conflict quickly. Despite their low cost, between $20,000 and $50,000 per drone, the Shahed 136s are causing significant damage and disruption across the region. And that is news at this time. Stay with us for more great programming right after the break.
That was news now. Stay informed with New Era TT Radio, Net Radio.
For God shall wipe away, yes sir, every tear from their eye. Yes sir, get ready.
TNT get ready for Kirk Franklin in concert. Prisoners No More. We meet at the Queen's Park Oval on March 21st for an unforgettable evening of revival and renewal with Kirk Franklin and his full band. And Trinbago's top gospel artist, Jaron Nurse, Gates Praise, Blessed Messenger, St. Anthony's Music Ministry, and Darren Sandy.
But there is no sunshine.
Early bird tickets are sold out. General, kids, VIP, group, and cabana tickets available at accesstix.com. Hacker restaurants nationwide, Maranatha bookstores, Living Water Community, Santa Rosa Bookshop, Arima, St. Anthony's, RC Church, Point Fortin, Sky 99.5 FM, CNC3, and the Big Board Company are the official media partners. Endorsed by Catholic TT and the Ministry of Culture and Community Development. Kirk Franklin is coming to TNT.
From the producers of Ridiculous 6.5 and 7 Year Itch comes a brand new ridiculously funny comedy.
Two Fat Fellas. Friday 6th, Saturday 7th, and Sunday 8th of March. Queen's Hall. 3 nights only.
Two Fat Fellas stars Cecilia, Penny, Kevon, Zachary, Raisha, and Rhodey. Tickets available at Dormont Shoe Store along Circular Mall, K Square Stores, Eastgate Mall, Brentwood Plaza, Beachology, Mokurapo Road.
Queen's Hall box office opens on the 23rd of February.
And islandetickets.com. For more info on 683-4843.
Two Fat Fellas. Queen's Hall. 3 nights only. Two Fat Fellas.
Advertise with us on New Era TT Radio, the fastest growing streaming platform for talk in Trinidad and Tobago. Audio and video ads welcome. Elevate your brand with us. Connect with us at newerattradio@yahoo.com or call us at 299-5156. Now what are you waiting for?
Save more now at Furniture Plus. Get a pair of pillows for only $49, queen mattresses from $7.99, free gifts with select purchases, plus extra discounts on higher purchase plans. Hurry, visit any Furniture Plus showroom today.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
By public demand. Yeah, by public demand. The first play of 2026, Scandal in Cedros, continues by public demand. Extended for a further 2 nights only on Saturday, March 7th at 8:30 p.m. and Sunday 8th at 6:30 p.m. at the Central Bank Auditorium. It's a bacchanal. Don't miss it. Scandal in Cedros, extended by public demand for a further 2 nights at the Central Bank Auditorium. Tickets available at usual outlets and at the Central Bank Auditorium box office. Don't miss it.
Scandal in Cedros.
Okay, so we are back inside the final session here this Friday morning as we take into the weekend. And of course, don't forget that scandal that is on this weekend, because trust me, all you love a scandal. I can tell. Yeah. But we are here with you, and yeah, we continue to. Where do you send the team? Okay, here they come.
Right here.
All right, okay. Yeah, so the scandal is on. Make sure you get the tickets and be part of that, and be part of that. But we before we go on, Wendell, let me just deal with the El Salvador situation, because the man give us homework according to Richard.
He gave you homework.
I am kind of glad that he did give us the homework too, because I think sometimes when people, they're trying to show how bad things could get or how it is, sometimes it's not what they draw upon. It's not really how it is actually. So he had been doing some work last night. I actually stayed up to do this, right? So let's just give you some of what's been happening in El Salvador. So El Salvador, which has a population of about 6.3 million people, and it is said in the mid 2010s, it was considered one of the most dangerous countries in the world. Now in 2015, the country recorded about 103 murders per 100,000 people, which really translated to roughly 6,600 people killed in a single year. That's a lot of people. So for several years during the period, the country was averaging between 3,000 and 4,000 murders annually. So that was a big spike in 2015. And they say that large gangs such as the M3, the MS-13, and the Barrio 18, they controlled a lot of the communities. They ran things. So businesses, taxi drivers, bus operators, and they say even small street vendors to operate, they often had forced to pay extortion money just to operate. And in some areas, they say that residents were afraid to cross into another neighborhood because it might be controlled by a rival gang and they mightn't come back. There was also constant threats. There were kidnappings and killings. And a lot of families eventually, they say, fled the country, right? Now, with the murder rate at that level, it meant that in the worst year, about 1 out of every 1,000 people in the country was killed. And it says that in March 2022, the government, which was led by President Nayib Bukele, he's the man in charge right now, I think, right? He declared a state of emergency following a spike in gang murders. Now, this is where it gets interesting, because since then, more than 90,000 suspected gang members have been arrested, and the government built a massive new prison facility to hold them. I think they said the prison could hold like about 40,000 people. And today, the homicide rate has fallen dramatically to around 2 to 3 murders per 100,000, and it is now one of the lowest rates in the Americas. Now, they say that supporters say that the policy restored a lot of safety and freedom of movement for the ordinary persons, and the present leader has massive support, right, on the ground. Although they have critics who argue that it came at the cost of civil liberties and due process. So that is what I had pulled up so far. But also, when you think of the SOE, because it continues up to today, I think they renew it every month. People are feeling safer, and things like tourism and parts of the economy have increased and not declined despite the state of emergency, because they say a state of emergency, certain things will happen. Well, here in tourism has grown sharply since crime dropped from around 1.7 million tourists which visited in 2019 when the thing was bad. By 2024, they say over 3.9 million tourists visited, more than double the earlier figures. Tourism now brings in about $3.6 to $3.7 billion a year, close to 10 to 14% of the GDP. And also they say the dramatic fall in crime made travelers feel safer. The government's heavily promoted tourism projects like surfing destinations and beach tourisms. International travel groups now rank El Salvador among the fastest growing tourism destination in the world. And then it speaks about investment and the economic activity. It has seen improved security. The improvement in security has also encouraged real estate investments on construction, including people returning home from abroad to buy homes. Infrastructure and tourism projects have expanded to support that growing visitors. So I think the bottom line is that the state of emergency did not scare tourists away, And in fact, the drop in crime has led to a tourism boom and even more investment. Although they still raise concerns about the civil liberties. But they say the average person in El Salvador has no problem with what is taking place in their country right now. And it is a democracy.
No. Bukele is known as the world's coolest dictator. And as a matter of fact, he has set up things in El Salvador so that he can be president for life. So that's not true. That part is not true. And they still warn you about traveling to El Salvador. They still have warnings about traveling to El Salvador about the safety and so on. Eh? So those are some of the things. He is set to become president for life based on some things that he would have done in the parliament in El Salvador. All right?
Yeah. But they still, they said that they still had elections and everything.
Well, elections, yes, but he can run until
he controls the elections.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that is basically what they say about it, right? So,
but he has used a states of emergencies continuously.
But if you live in a country as bad as El Salvador, and that's what I think I was drawing the reference with, not every situation with everybody we can compare Trinidad and Tobago to. Their situations are quite different to ours.
Oh, very different.
And if you live in a place where 1 in every 1,000 persons could lose their lives, where you're being taxed, you can't do business, the gangs are basically running things. I don't think anybody in a situation like that will have any problems where they can now do a lot of things that they were not able to do under the gangs.
Yeah, well, as I said, they were very extreme, very, very extreme. You know what I mean? But I mean, again, as I say, our state of emergency, I mean, it's clear to me that it's a numbers game. Bring the numbers of murders down, and we could simply say we've solved this, we fixed this. Whether the quality of life improves or whatever, time will tell.
Yeah. I really hope that is what the end game is going to be for Trinidad and Tobago with our government.
But I hope so too.
Yeah. I
know that there are some people inside this government who are serious about that, about changing and improving the quality of life for some people. You know what I mean? Whether that's going to happen throughout the entire government, time will tell,
Yeah, because you see, the kind of things that we are facing where crime is concerned, it's everybody. It's not you and it's not me. The thief, the man who's stealing, who's robbing, who's killing, he ain't care whether you is PNM or UNC,
Exactly.
You understand? All the things every day that we read about crime in the newspapers and all of the people and picking and choosing as to who they could rob, who walking down Frederick Street, and if they could grab the beer or whatever is the case, whoever have it, they're taking it. So I really hope that the numbers game, will not just be what anybody is playing for, because that numbers game, if you don't fix the situation, will not keep you in power.
Yeah, and you see the success of some of these other countries that beat these things or bring it down. It's to deal internally with their security agencies too. I don't know that we doing that here, Sir Charles. I don't know that we focusing on the police, on the army, on immigration, on Coast Guard. I don't know that we focusing enough on dealing with the rogue elements within there. I don't know that we doing that enough. So we may very well find that our problems are continuing despite what we're doing with the gangs and them and the people who are in prison. How could we be openly saying that we have prisoners who call in shots on people, that we are so afraid of prisoners that we're moving them from a prison to somewhere else because we're afraid of who they're contacting? You've given up. You've effectively ceded victory to them when you do that. Not so. At least that's how I interpret that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
More sustainable things have to come into play, and that's why I keep saying that while you're under a state of emergency, I would expect that the government will be and security agencies, right, would be working in a particular way. So when the state of emergency comes in, and at least you could see that there's some sort of tangible movement going forward. That did not seem to happen with the last state of emergency, so I don't know if it did not happen then. What now is going to make it happen?
The last time we had a commissioner of police, to me, who say, hey, I'm going to deal with all your rogue elements, was Gary Griffith. I don't know that any other commissioner has warned and threatened police officers like how he did, you know. I don't know, and because all of them come up through the ranks, you understand, they're serving with a badge still, you know. So it's almost like they're afraid to talk, they're afraid to run afoul of the association, you understand. For years, Gideon Dixon didn't support nothing that a police commissioner was doing, barely anything that a police commissioner was doing, you understand. He is no longer there. I think the guy who in charge now is Ishmael Pitt. I haven't heard him much since he has taken
we haven't heard much of him at all.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But at the same time, you did Mr. Gabarro call a press conference and say, hey, you see all your rogue police officers, we are coming after you all, we need to get rid of it. I haven't heard that. You know what I mean?
That I don't think we have heard that. I don't think we'd expect we will hear that either.
Yeah,
you know,
so we spinning top in mud.
They have this way that they like to say that we just basically see about our own and arrest our own and that sort of thing. But
let a morning pass without bad talking the police now.
So the police in Trinidad and Tobago is the best thing that we have. We can't ask for nothing better than that because we have a working police force.
They're so nice. They're so hardworking. They're so dedicated.
They pass there. Oh God, all this beat up, all the beaten up.
TTPS is the absolute best. Only buy tickets and come Rumbox online. A few of them just passing Rumbox.
Okay.
I don't want them to stop coming, right?
Caller, good morning.
Yes, hello again.
Yeah, Mr. Patrick.
Yeah. I heard you read anything about the El Salvador state of emergency.
Yeah.
Why they use that in Haiti and in Mexico, boy? Haiti and Mexico. Why do they use a state of emergency in Haiti and in Mexico? Certain things that work certain places.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
Because Haiti in America, they don't have that. And I don't know. Because gang is running Haiti.
Yeah.
You know that?
Yeah, of course.
Gang is running Haiti. Mexico too. Yeah, they have a big thing with the whole level. The drug lord is big drug lord and baccarat in the place.
Yeah.
Certain things that work certain ways, places, but like they ain't working in Trinidad.
Well, let's hope Trinidad don't reach that kind of stage because I don't know.
I tell people these people have a different culture in here. They have a different mindset and a culture. If you do sociology and then people different by.
Yeah,
a lot of people figure the whole world is only Trinidadians. The whole of Trinidadian is joking people. You understand? If that people outside they will die for the right. You understand? The patriotic to the country. You understand?
Yeah.
All right.
All right, Mr. Patrick. Thanks.
All right.
Thanks so much. All right, caller, good morning to you.
Yeah, morning, Charles. Morning, guys.
Good morning, good son.
I feel that one of the things I feel we fail to do in Trinidad and Tobago is use the institution and them properly, like the schools and them. We supposed to be using the schools and them in a way to induct you. Watch out. Them other countries, China and some of them countries in Europe and things, they use the school. Japan, they say Japan is the safest place in the world. All of that choose the education. You're supposed to use your institution and them to put certain things in your people to bring them to a certain way. We can utilize the institution and them properly to get we people into that mindset. And then everybody who in our government work in Trinidad and Tobago is a hustle. Them using the government work for side hustle. Every department you go in Trinidad and Tobago, people working there. I had a friend talk about them working, they spend a year in custom. Every weekend is party. Because custom men have free drinks. because they're hustling and they're getting things from the system. Everybody in every state institution in Trinidad and Tobago is a hustler. In the parliament and all, everybody hustling. They just have a side hustle and looking for extra money to complement their salary. And that is what Trinidad comes. Everybody hustling and everywhere there is. And the country coming to that, and we fail to use the institution and them to properly put we people in a certain mindset. And we failing. And that's one of the things we had to do. Have we borrowed just make that point. We have to use the schools and them to indoctrinate the children and put certain consciousness in them. So obviously they will grow up and they can have that. But then the home is a factor to it. But yet still your institution supposed to be projecting your people in a certain direction where you want to send your country, and we failing to do that in Trinidad and Tobago. The institution and then weak. And everybody in state work using it as a hustle. Everybody hustling on the side. Taking our money on the side to do something with somebody. And that is how the country running. We contaminated bad. So I don't know what we fixing this disease with. I don't know what vaccine we come in with to really transform this country from the 16th state where it's in. But somebody had to buy the bullet, and this time when I tell it like you buy the bullet because you need that kind of toughness and no nonsense. Dr. Rowley project that at a certain point, but yet still things still went haywire on that. It ain't easy, but you have to start somewhere. We misuse the institution, and then we need to use the institution and them to project the society in the direction what the country are running a certain way. That's what they're doing.
Okay.
Use it. Yeah.
No problem. Thanks, right.
Yeah.
All right, but first of all, let me interrupt you, Wendell. First of all, there are a lot of hardworking people in the public sector. So this kind of generalization that people like to battle of the public sector, I take umbrage to it because I was part of it for a while, and I understand how many people work very hard and long hours. People say, oh, just come home and leave early. No, there are many public sector workers that work after hours, sometimes leaving the office at 7 and 8 in the night. Okay? So don't broad brush the public sector. A lot of people work very hard and sometimes with resources that are absent to make things happen. So let's put that in perspective. The second thing is our education system has its challenges. All the education systems have their challenges to some degree. Can we be better? Yes. But a vast majority of our students are hardworking and are making it work and are diligent and are moving forward in terms of in whatever they have to do academic-wise. Do I have problems with the education sector? Absolutely. Because I believe we should be globally competitive. And I believe you can only do that by having a contingent go to those that are on the top tier, the top 5 countries in the world in education, and start copying what they're doing. And start copying what those ethos and stuff in terms of what is that social contract that you want your students to have in terms of being a citizen in this country and where this country goes. Is there improvement to be done there? Yes. But the vast majority of our students are doing what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Because you have some that's fighting and violent does not mean you have to broad brush the entire hundreds of thousands of students across Trinidad and Tobago. But we like to take the minority that bad and say, oh, this is what happened. What do you all think bad? No, that's hyperbolic and unreasonable in terms of logical thinking.
That also applies to politics on politicians, Richard. And
all politicians bad. All of them bad.
But I just wanted to highlight this. And Richard, of course,
I wanted to hold it there for one moment.
No, let me just do this quick, Richard. I don't want to lose this because it's based on the last caller. Iceland is the safest place in the world. Iceland, then Ireland, then New Zealand, Austria, Switzerland, Singapore, Portugal, Denmark, Slovenia, Finland, Czechia, Japan, Malaysia, Canada, Netherlands, Belgium, Hungary. Those are the list of the safest countries in the world, right? So it is Iceland. Japan is way down, but it's there in the top 12, right? Just thought I should mention that. But we have a guest, then.
Yes, we do. We have members of the Trinidad and Tobago Folk Arts Association joining us in between here. And I know the other person is supposed to be joining us also, but apparently he did not allow his microphone and camera. See, he'd have to probably go back out and do that and come back in, right? But we have one person with us here this morning. So let me say good morning to Miss Alicia Hayes. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. It's a pleasure
How
to
are
be
you?
here.
Welcome.
Thank you very much for having us.
Well, we are happy to have you this morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Sorry to hold you on a little bit while we do the little banter in between here.
I enjoyed it immensely. No apologies. No apologies needed.
All right. What is the folk arts? Is it the folk arts society?
Association.
Yes.
So basically what happened is that the name actually came out of the Trinidad and Tobago's Best Village Association. That was our name originally. However, through our the past 2 or 3 years or so in the organization, different challenges have led to the association rebranding itself to now called the Trinidad and Tobago Folk Arts Association, where the focus is for us to kind of move beyond just the Best Village aspect of it, but to actually look at our traditional arts and our cultural art forms from an entrepreneurial side of things, getting our creatives and they to understand the business side of their skills and of their talents, and to move us beyond total dependency on government support and more towards building businesses with our skills and craft.
Well, I'm tempted to ask, although you kind of answered it, what were the challenges that moved you away from a legendary name like Best Village to folk arts?
I think, well, let me not say I think. My mother was actually in Best Village when she was younger. Let's give a quick backstory. And when I became involved in Best Village, her statement to me was that I'm not going to be watching any aspect of Best Village because for her, the quality and the standard of Best Village has fallen. And that is open to interpretation and opinion. However, what has happened is that within the Best Village space, we have so many different cultural practitioners. And for us, it's a mindset shift that we are looking to help our members adapt in terms of how they view their craft, because we have a lot of cultural members who the only time that they look to create is within that Best Village cycle. So under our Trinidad and Tobago Now Folk Arts Association, we're looking to help our members broaden their scope, broaden their mindset, to look beyond just Best Village, but look at how it is that they could actually grow their craft locally, regionally, and even internationally, to push our traditional arts and our cultural forms beyond the shorelines of Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, is this so? It still incorporates the Best Village aspect, but you want to incorporate more of a self-sufficiency in terms of how people move forward in monetizing the art form. Is that it?
Yes, that's it in a nutshell.
Okay, interesting, because you are right that Best Village oftentimes is an annual thing, and a lot of times that's when people kind of get fired up and they just do it for Best Village and then they go back into dormancy, rather than seeing how they can keep it alive during the year in whatever way. Is the intent? Yeah, is that the intent to kind of keep it alive throughout the year in whatever format that people choose and try and support whatever their endeavors are in that arena?
Well, for the Folk Arts Association, we are going to be supporting our cultural members regardless. I mean, the Ministry of Community Development that manages Best Village, they will have, and I think right now they put out a memo recently where they are looking at different aspects of promoting the cultural arts with respect to training, etc., and how I think they are also going to be looking at rebranding the Best Village organization too as well. But in terms of how we decide to go forward, beyond Best Village, we are looking at how do people think about their craft? How do they treat it as a business? Like, for example, right now, the University of the West Indies is advertising for their RKM program, their postgraduate diploma in Arts and Cultural Enterprise Management, where they are teaching practitioners how to think about their craft as a business, from doing up a business plan to marketing to getting sponsorship to promoting exactly what it is that they are doing. What we have observed, and in your conversation before, you would have mentioned education. So I'm a cultural officer, and my area is drama and dance. So I look at how theatre arts is sort of within secondary schools as well as primary schools. One of the things that we're looking at is how do we build that sustainability system for theatre arts, for example. What's happening at the primary schools? What's happening at the secondary schools? How many students are signing up for our CAPE level program? How many students are actually going across the university after for them to follow through with their theatre arts degree? When students come out of theatre arts, where do they go? We have many graduates who go into teaching. How many of them actually go into the entrepreneurial side of things? How many of us actually see that what we are doing is an actual business? So, like, for example, even with your company, Mr. Richard, I would have looked at when we, in my younger years, there was one particular type of theatre. And then when it is you all came up with plays like America Dance, and for me, it was the first time I was able to see that whole, how theatre can be privatized, and from an entrepreneurial side of things, persons coming together, selling tickets, marketing. For me, there was a piece of work that you all did with respect to theatre that opened up the conversation as to where it is we can go with our craft on that side of things. So it's in a similar way, we want to be able to teach our cultural practitioners that beyond the Best Village, beyond, there's a prize money for something here, how can you take your craft, whether it is bag making, make it bespoke, whether it is that, you could make, preserve, whatever your skill set is, and treat it as a business, respect it as a business, and change the way that you think about how you do what you do, so that we can then really say, okay, I've been looking towards really building an industry of creatives, so that we think beyond our shorelines. How can we promote ourselves regionally? How can we promote ourselves internationally? So for us, really, it's that whole mindset shift and getting more and more of the cultural creatives and they on board with that. So we start doing things differently within the space.
Yeah, I remember years ago. I did Best Village in my early years. In my early years, I did, and I was part of the Tunapuna contingent. Strangely, not Arima, Tunapuna, and I remember that a lot of the time, and I suppose it would have changed by now, but a lot of the times we didn't have all of the actors or people who doing whatever part in the same space in the community center at the same time. A lot of times people were absent because I think what a lot of people don't understand is that Best Village is really community theater.
Yes.
It's a person selling water on the highway could be doing the role of X. The person who is the owner of a small shop doing Y. It's really very much community theater. So I think it is a very important part of the cultural landscape of Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes, it is. And it has its place. Definitely. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. And pulling all of those elements and getting everybody into one unified unit to perform a show, is an incredible feat.
It is.
And I remember, it's an incredible feat to accomplish that every single year. So kudos to the teams,
Definitely. So
what are
yeah.
Sorry about that. So now that we have reached this far, so what is the next step for the Folk Arts Association from here on in?
Mr. Baltan?
All right. So that I guess Saki was dealing with the transitioning from the Trinidad and Tobago Best Village Association to TIFA. I don't want to stay too long on that. I think that after 7 years, the Trinidad and Tobago Best Village Association started in 2018. And while it was a good novel idea to bring Best Village people together so that one could articulate for betterment for the program and for people, 7 years seemed like pulling teeth. So that we definitely need to transition into something that would be more workable. Best Village is the brand is owned by the Ministry of Community Development, so that in itself posed a serious problem. That people felt very committed to the ministry more than an association that was created to help them to grow. So that you had a lot of problems with just getting people to understand that we are not here to bash the ministry, to take over, but to have after 50 odd years of that relationship, to now be a better stakeholder at the table and talk about progress for the participants. Because Best Village happened within a period of probably 4 to 5 months, and then nothing. And we envisioned a future where Best Village participants could have a lot more to do for 12 months rather than just short periods. And that remains basically the whole consciousness of a lot of the art forms, that we function for small periods. You know, Calypso happened in a period, and Mass and so on happened in a period. Yes, you have for those that have gotten spaces outside that they can now go and earn and so on. For the Best Villager, it was that small window to operate in. And the Best Village Association tried to have dialogues with its participants, with the Ministry of Community Development, and it was, as I said, pulling teeth. So then we had to definitely transition to a new entity that would not have the burden of the Best Village tag on its back, and so that it can do the business that it has to do. So that is where we are now.
So is it that the subventions that would have been forthcoming from the Ministry of Culture and is no longer available? Is that
there is no subvention for Best Village, for the Trinidad and Tobago Best Village Association, because we are not part of that elite group of people, Calypso, Mass, and Pan, you know? And that was what the articulation was, to move things towards getting subventions, towards getting a home for the Best Village Association, and to be an equal partner around the table in terms of how this program can develop so that it can help the nation. Because, I mean, Best Village, as Richard mentioned, I mean, he participated with Tuna Puna. I don't know whether it was in the time of Desmond Waith, you know, but you know, Tuna Puna was one of it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, right. You know, Tuna Puna made its mark, and a lot of communities did back then. But the latest iteration of the Best Village, you see that you do not have a lot of community groups taking part, right? Best Village would draw probably over 100 or close to 200 villages back in the day. Now, if you number the community groups that take part, they probably would not go over about 20 or 25. So it has been a significant falling away. What you have are some itinerant groups springing up who have kept Best Village alive. So it's in its own way, it's a kind of numbers game. It is kept alive, but its value has certainly diminished. But the hope for people who want to pursue careers or have a greater interest in the creative art, dance, the music, drama is still there. And outside of, let's say, the National Drama Association or so, we felt that back in the day in 2018 that it was a good idea to bring those energies together under an umbrella, so that you can develop how the fraternity can make a living and move forward. So, but there is no subvention.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you all have this special meeting that is taking place tomorrow, it is?
Yes, we have a special meeting that's happening tomorrow. It's at the Couva Village Plaza.
So tell us about it and the purpose for it.
The purpose is now that we have transitioned formally through the Ministry of Legal Affairs and so on, and we have our instruments. The purpose is to open it up to as much people as possible, so that the same Best Village fraternity who were reluctant to commit under the TTBVA, we are saying you can transition into this new organization, and others who are like-minded, they can come on board and let's discuss what TIFA can do and do differently from the TTBVA. That is what the meeting is about.
Okay, so tell us about the timing and where it's going to be held and so.
Well, the meeting is going to take place on Saturday, the 7th of March at 3 p.m. It is happening at the Couva Village Plaza, and that's on the corner of Parrot Avenue and Lisa's Garden in Couva. All right, so that's Couva Village Plaza on the corner of Parrot Avenue and Lisa's Garden, Couva. It starts at 3 p.m. And if persons require more information, they can call us at 787-9587. That's 787-9587.
Okay. Is there anything else that you all would like to add, or just before we go, because you're almost out of time, but give you the opportunity. If there's anything that we did not talk about that you would like to get out, now's a good time to do it.
I just want to tell persons to, encourage everybody to come out. Those of you who are within the creative space, we want to be able to have that conversation with respect to how do we move forward as an organization, as an association, as creatives, and really take our traditional cultural arts regionally as well as globally. It's time for us to have that conversation, and Saturday is as good a day as any.
Yeah, and also that TIFA, the Trinidad and Tobago Folk Arts Association, is an association open to everyone. It does not matter the discipline. I think that when we look at our cultural sphere, we find that it is way too limited, and we want to have conversations in how we can move these heritage art forms into greater sustainability for those who have the wherewithal, those who have the talent, those who have the creativity to do stuff, and it's not just for short periods of time in the year, but certainly we can create sustainable businesses out of these creative art forms. Yes. And that is the discussion.
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for sharing that with us, and we do wish the grouping all the best going forward. And we will, I'm sure we will be able to talk as things, unfold more and more here on the net. So thank you so much for coming.
Thank you very much. Have
You're
a blessed
welcome.
day, everyone. Bye.
Thanks for having us. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did Wendell disappear?
Yeah, apparently, he probably must have so much things to do.
Okay, because I'm not saying that you're not there. But I have lots of things to say, and my most important thing to say is Scandal in Cedrus is on this weekend. Of course, Saturday and Sunday. Saturday at 8:30 and Sunday at 6:30 at the Central Bank Auditorium. Our last two shows there before we head to Napa River Bowl next weekend. So you should not miss it. Of course, tickets are available at the Central Bank box office from 12 noon to 6 p.m. daily. Tickets also available at K-Squared Fashions in West Mall, East Gates, and Brentwood Mall in Chagonas, Jabili Rawi in Chinapuna, Electronics in Arima, Sharpley Auto Services, and Anthony's Florals in Far Park Shopping Plaza. As well as you can purchase some tickets online at RSRR Productions Theatre on social media. That's Facebook, Insta, and TikTok. You can see the methodology in accomplishing that. But we're so looking forward to it. Trust me, the play is hilarious. We were so loud last week. Some people last week had to buy tickets for this weekend. So trust me when I say get your tickets early. Please get your tickets early. We don't want you to be disappointed that you couldn't get in. But we're looking forward to a fantastic weekend. I'm sure it is hilarious. It is a great de-stressor. Trust me, you will laugh and have a fantastic night out.
I'm sure that they will. So just before we go, people, programming note for you, just to let you know, we want you to stay with us. You could come across newerattradio.com, and we have the MSJ has their Tuesday talk, where they discuss a lot of issues that are in the public domain and in areas and in ways that you would not hear it. But guess what? You can hear it this morning here on the net. So when you come off of our social media platforms, just make that switch and come across to the website, www.newerattradio.com. And of course, we have great programming that takes you throughout the day and into the weekend. So we look forward for you joining us in that space. Yeah?
Yeah, fantastic. Of course, thank you for joining us this morning. We know you have choices in what you watch and listen to, and we are so happy that you chose us, the Breakfast Show on New Era TT Radio. Looking forward to next week, Monday, bright and early, we'll resume. Of course, have a fantastic weekend. The weekend has begun, people, to put a smile on your face. Happy International Women's Day to all of the wonderful women across Trinidad and Tobago and across the planet. And of course, we will speak to you on Monday morning. This has been The Breakfast Show.
Get up, it's the time to start the day. The Breakfast Show is here, we bring in the soca way. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Wake up, it's a brand new dawn. The Breakfast Show got the vibes turned on. From Maracas Bay to the Savannah line, let's start the day in Caribbean prime. Good vibes rolling through the air. The Breakfast Show, energy everywhere. We talk, we laugh, we make you think. Grab your double or your morning drink.
Your mid-morning just got better. Join Sir Charles for the mid-morning